Fair skies and 35 degrees at the start of this show as we welcome you to a Thursday morning. Here in downtown Elgin, winds are out of the northeast at 8 miles per hour. And today we're looking at another pretty nice day. It looks like some sunshine's on the way. I see some wispy clouds already as I look down Action Alley up to the sky. We're looking at 51 degrees for your predicted high today. Rain moves into the forecast tonight and all day tomorrow, and tomorrow night it looks like a rainy period of time. At least we'll have Friday to look forward to along with the rain. Welcome to Studio 14 in downtown Elgin on this 7th day of March. WRMN News Time is 6:05. Let's win this day. Elgin and the Fox River Valley are open for business. Good morning.
With your AM 1410 WRMN Newsflash, I'm Sean Kernan. Hi, Sky Rizzi. Explore proven results with Sky Rizzi. In Kane County, school enrollment may be going down, but far from that trend, the count of homeless students has stayed steady. This year alone, 2,600 students registered as homeless, with the Elgin School District U46 witnessing the most enrollments. Under the McKinney-Vento Homeless Assistance Act, these students are guaranteed support to help them access education. The Elgin City Council met last night with the Committee of the Whole and the City Council agendas, both on the social media pages for the City of Elgin. Meanwhile, if you missed last night's meeting, you can still watch it. It's on the City of Elgin YouTube channel, youtube.com/City of Elgin. The City of Elgin thanking volunteers and city crews that turned out for Elgin's right-of-way cleanup initiative, which began this week. The annual initiative led by the Land Division Management Division and is part of the city's spring cleaning efforts. With your AM 1410 WRMN Newsflash, I'm Sean Kernan.
Is switching your wireless service to Total by Verizon easy?
Totalmente.
And you get unlimited 5G data, $25 a line for 4 lines on the unlimited plan, at an amazing price with no contracts. Should you switch to Total by Verizon? Definitely.
Totalmente.
Find a store or switch suavemente at totalbyverizon.com. Monthly rate when you activate without a pay, plus taxes and fees. Discount begins the month after you enroll. Additional terms apply. See website for data management practices.
With Progressive's Home Quote Explorer, you can check if you're paying too much for home insurance, because giving you options is the right thing to do.
Oh, you mean like when I let someone with less groceries go ahead and line? Sure, there's a part of me that thinks, if you only need 3 things, maybe go to a convenience store next time. And now they're sifting through coupons and my frozen foods are about to be not frozen.
But still, it's the right thing to do. So compare rates with Progressive's Home Quote Explorer. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers. Not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy.
Here at WRMN Radio, we try to connect with the community and discuss important issues, like our current mental health crisis. Here's Lori Baker, President and CEO of AID.
I think most people, when they see young children thinking about suicide at the ages of 5 and 6 and 7, I mean, that's shocking to me that children even know that they want to harm themselves somehow. I know it's difficult. I definitely feel the pinch. We all feel the pinch at the gas pump, at the grocery store, right, in our rents, but I think most people could handle 27 cents a day to help kids and seniors and people experiencing homelessness.
Discussions like this take place on the first shift, weekday mornings from 6 to 10, right here on WRMN AM 1410 and WRMN 1410 Radio on Facebook.
Progressive presents the Sports Flash on News Talk Radio 1410 WRMN.
The White Sox and Bears reportedly have talked about teaming up in what's being called a financing partnership as both teams look to build new stadiums and will likely have their hands out for public tax subsidies. The NHL trade deadline is looming. The Blackhawks will likely make some moves with the team in the basement of the Central Division standings. Some of the high-value targets that remain include Tyler Johnson. He won a Stanley Cup with Tampa Bay. Colin Blackwell and Ryan Donato could also draw some interest. The Blackhawks snapped a 22-game road losing skid with a win on Tuesday night at Phoenix. They head back to the East Coast and visit the Capitals this Saturday night. The Bulls beat the Jazz 119-117 last night. DeMar DeRozan had 29 points. Chicago remains in the hunt for a playoff spot. They've won 2 in a row. They're 9th in the East with a 2-game advantage over 10th place Atlanta. Bundle auto and home, renters or condo, and save with Progressive.
I'm Chuck Sanders on News Talk Radio 1410 WRMN.
People who come to Cricket stay with Cricket, just like our customer Jaron.
I'm the singer and guitarist in a band, and I use my Cricket phone for everything. It's basically like another band member.
Don't miss a single beat. Switch today and get a free Samsung Galaxy A14 5G. Smile, you're on Cricket.
Real customer paid for testimonial. Must bring your number to Cricket on up to a $60 a month voice plan, depending on device. Select models only while supplies last. First month service charge and tax due at sale. Cricket 5G requires a compatible device and is not available in order. Fees, terms, and restrictions apply. See store for details.
Picture this. It's Saturday morning and you're on your John Deere compact tractor. You're effortlessly breaking ground on your new landscaping project. Next, you're moving piles of rocks just by moving a lever. And now, you're enjoying the warmth of the sun as you clear brush across your pasture. We could keep trying to put you in the moment, but to really understand everything you can do with a John Deere compact tractor, you just have to get in the seat. Learn more at johndeere.com/get-in-the-seat or visit a dealer near you.
The word is out. Nissans cost less on Route 19, but that's not all. Parts, service, and body shop, they all cost less at McGrath Nissan. Used cars too. The reason why is how hard we try. Right now, get 0% APR financing on select new Nissan models at McGrath Nissan because
Nissans cost less on Route 19.
Come to Elgin.
See what we mean.
Wow.
For nearly 2,000 severely injured veterans, everyday life has become filled with barriers. So we build specially adapted homes at Homes for Our Troops. And thanks to our donors and supporters, this life-changing gift of freedom is provided mortgage-free to these veterans. But we need you to join us too in completing this important mission. Please visit hfotusa.org and help build homes and rebuild lives.
Discover the authentic taste of Italy at Mazziano's Pizza and Pastaria at Route 20 in Nestler in Elgin. There is one true fact of everyday life that never dulls: the simple pleasure of eating great Italian food. At Mazziano's, they'll make sure your dinner or lunch will be the best part of your day. Whether you have a taste for pizza or any of Mazziano's homemade Italian recipes, like ravioli or lasagna, they can also cater your party. Enjoy it any way you like: delivery, carry-out, or dine-in. Visit Mazzianos.com. Be sure to catch the first shift weekday mornings from 6 to 10 a.m. for important information like fire tips from Elgin Fire Chief Rob Sagan.
The thing in the winter that we're more concerned with is carbon monoxide, because that we don't get in the summer. That carbon monoxide issues occur because of heating equipment. Anything that burns natural gas, if it is faulty, can generate high levels of carbon monoxide, which in time can be fatal. So I can't emphasize enough the importance of having carbon monoxide detectors in your home. Every single year you will see somewhere in the country, and usually we'll get one or two in the Chicagoland area, where you'll see multiple fatalities in one home. You can't smell carbon monoxide, you can't taste carbon monoxide, you have no idea it's happening. And so it's critically important that you have the right detectors in your home.
It's the first shift weekday mornings at 6 a.m. with me, Marky B, right here on WRMN.
Warm up this winter and introduce your friends to Viator Coffee at the Food Hall in downtown Elgin. Viator Coffee has a winter menu that includes 6 new coffee drinks with names like Little Wolf, Tartan Tonic, and Merry Mint Mocha. Plus, there's a whole new lineup of baked goods too. Viator Coffee provides you with amazing flavors and customer service, so relax and savor a cup in a place that offers a new level of coffee drinks and service within a peaceful, relaxing space. Visit ViatorCoffeeCart.com.
Celebrating 70 years of serving the Fox River Valley, WRMN AM 1410 and 96.7 FM is proud to inform and entertain you every day with great local shows that keep you connected with the people in your community, like the Radio Shopping Show, where listeners are encouraged to let us know about their experiences with our business partners.
I usually go to Tripleberry during the week. It's not so busy. I had my normal lumberjack omelet. It's like a meat lover's omelet, and their fries are awesome. Just the texture of it, they're a little crisp, soft on the inside. I mean, really good.
The voice of the Valley and the home of the Radio Shopping Show. You are listening to WRMN AM 1410 and 96.7 FM.
Hi, everybody, and happy Thursday. Check, check, check. Welcome to Studio 14 in downtown Elgin as the first shift gets underway here on the 7th day of March. I'm Marky B reporting. And the first shift starts with our Pledge of Allegiance and our national anthem. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And happy Thursday to you from WRMN and from Fox Valley Radio Media Network.
Welcome to the first shift, right here on the Voice of the Valley, WRMN AM 1410 and 96.7 FM. Don't get that excited. I'm only introducing Marky B. Exactly. Featuring local news and sports, your Fox Valley forecast and local traffic twice an hour at 15 and 45 minutes past. Timely interviews, a radio shopping show preview, milestones and memories, and born on dates of the lates and greats. Elgin trivia, and all of your phone calls, texts, and Facebook comments as part of the staff meeting. The first shift is the most informative, entertaining, and interactive morning show in all of the Fox River Valley and beyond.
You liar!
Well, okay. At least it makes great background noise, whether you're at work, in the car, or at home.
Whatever.
Your host, Marky B, maintains an upbeat attitude every day despite the fact that he's saddled with an overall lack of talent, a delusioned ego, and false hope for a bright future.
Loser.
Yeah, he's pretty much a loser. But at least he tries. Welcome to Studio 14 in downtown Elgin for the first shift on WRMN AM 1410 and 96.7 FM.
Welcome to the show, Studio 14 on Thursday morning. Climb the hill. We're on the other side, and we're heading for the weekend. Welcome to a Thursday show where we're going to have a very similar day weather-wise as we did yesterday here in the Fox River Valley. So thanks for settling into Fox River Valley Media Network. It's going to take a minute for that to sink in. I'm used to saying Elgin Community Broadcasting. Fox River Valley Media Network. That's who he is. And as we look forward to the upcoming day and the upcoming weekend, let's start by giving you that Fox River Valley weather forecast. Today, a lot like yesterday. Mostly cloudy, maybe some periods of sunshine, a mixture of sun and clouds, but I would imagine building clouds later in the afternoon because rain is on the way. And a high of about 51 degrees today. Cloudy skies and a low of 41 tonight. And rain moves into the forecast overnight tonight. A rainy night leads to a rainy day. You'll need the old umbrella in the morning. And we're looking for a high of about 47 degrees with a 100% chance of Friday being a rainy one. Rain likely tomorrow night. It should wrap up, though, right around midnight or so, or before midnight. A 70% chance of rain tomorrow night with a low of 36. So we'll stay above freezing, and it'll stay rain and not be snow. And then for Saturday, a slight chance of a morning shower, but I think parade weather is going to be okay. If you're going to Dundee or St. Charles this weekend for the St. Patrick's Day parade, you'll need a coat, maybe a toboggan, northwest west, and a high of about 45 degrees, or a hat, if you want to call it a hat. 45 degrees on Saturday, partly sunny skies. Not a bad day, though. We've seen a lot worse for parades, especially if we see the sunshine on Saturday. That'll be nice. Mostly clear and pretty chilly on Saturday night, down to 26. And then sunshine on Sunday and Monday. 48 by Sunday, 59 by Monday, and back up to 64 next Tuesday with more sunshine. So going back the right direction. We are going to put up with a rainy day tomorrow, but it happens. And at least it coincides with a Friday where we can be positive in our minds about the fact that the weekend is upon us. Right now, as we start this show this morning, here on Comfort Radio, WRMN, we're sitting at 35 degrees. Winds are out of the northeast at 8. All right, well, we are on YouTube this morning. If you want to join us that way, lots of ways to listen and watch WRMN. I got the new laminated one-sheeter here that Dennis Sonar Green prepared for the station and some of our hosts, all of our hosts, to kind of use to remind us of different ways to describe the radio station, different phone numbers and mechanisms associated with the radio station. We are the voice of the valley and the talk of the town. And we are the Fox River Valley Media Network. And our phone number is 847-931-1410 if you ever want to call it. That's the way to get on the air with me. 847-931-1410. Our Redemption Center is, I guess, officially 16 Douglas Avenue here in downtown Elgin. And the phone number over there, 847-741-7700. Nobody's over there right now, but it's something to keep in mind maybe if you're listening to our new midday program called Out to Lunch. Because we're not out to lunch during Out to Lunch, at least not right now. We're here in Studio 14. I start things, and then Sonar picks up the pieces in hour 2 for me. That's kind of the way we're starting with it. But there will be different people involved with Out to Lunch. And if you ever want to order from the radio shopping show during Out to Lunch, then you call that Redemption Center number, 847-741-7700. Matt's over there Monday through Friday. He can take your order between 12 and 3 before he takes your order on the air between 3 and 6. Weekdays with a radio shopping show. The Drive Time deals with Matt McNeil. I like that. The Drive Time deal with Matt McNeil. 3 until 6. It's the Afternoon Drive radio shopping show. So anyway, you can listen on YouTube. We're at WRMN Radio on YouTube Live, at WRMN Radio to listen that way. And we say good morning to a few of you that have chimed in on YouTube early today, like Becky Blue Eyes Butcher. She's in early this morning. Good morning, First Shifters. Have a great day from Becky Blue Eyes. Checking in at straight up 6 o'clock this morning. The queen of YouTube today. Captain Keith is the king at 6:02. He says good morning and happy Thursday, shifters. All shifters matter. If you're just getting off a third shift, maybe you work overnight. Maybe you're heading over to Arcades for a little bit to enjoy a little socialization in the morning time. I'm not sure how you third shifters do it. The more we talk to some of these police officers during Fridays with the Finest, And the more I know others that work on the third shift, I guess there's a mentality that goes along with that. I guess the more I work on a first shift, the less I can comprehend being a part of a third shift. But everybody's got to have a job. And if you want a job, and some of those jobs operate in the middle of the night, and you have to sleep accordingly, I guess. Whatever works best for you. Good morning to Captain Keith. No nickname John checks in this morning with a bad pun or joke or both. Or neither. Or maybe I don't get it. We'll have our bad pun or joke of the day coming up here very soon. I'm still identifying my sound bites here so I can make sure I hit John hard when he hits us hard with a bad one. It is 6:26. Jeff Ward will be checking in a couple of minutes, and then we'll get you up to date on what's going on in the news. All right, you ready for John? Here we go. No nickname John says, good morning, first shifters. It is National Cereal Day. I'll have our Dumb Daily Holidays coming up in the next hour. I think I'm going to move the Dumb Daily Holidays to the 7:15 segment. So on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, Larry Jones can be here with me to share those. Larry's back on with me tomorrow morning at 7 o'clock or so, after our top of the hour news break at 7. And so I'm going to switch the time of the Dumb Daily Holidays to hour 2 of the show. We'll have the haiku for you here in hour 1. I have written a haiku this morning. But let me finish with no nickname John first. It's National Cereal Day. No one single bird can eat a box of Fruit Loops, but two can. No one single bird can eat a box of Fruit Loops, but two can.
Shut up!
Two can.
Shut up!
That's all I got for no nickname John right now. I'm still learning. How about this one?
This needs to stop now.
Yes. This needs to stop now.
This needs to stop now. Shut up!
No nickname John. What else was I saying here a moment ago? Oh, yeah, the word of the day from Blackhawks Brad. As we head over to VIT messages for a moment, I'll let you know that the word of the day given to me by BHB today is tricksy. Tricksy. If you're prone or given to tricks, you're mischievous, you're playful, you're prankish, you're tricksy. We'll have the haiku coming up. Now it's back to the 6:55 segment. And we'll have that with you for you right before we go to the 7 o'clock hour break this morning. A radio shopping show preview. Shop show's on the air these days at 3. Matt's slated in from 3 until 6 with his new cool name for his afternoon show. It's the Drive Time Deals with Matt McNeils. 3 until 6. It's the radio shopping show in the afternoon. And I'll let you know what Matt's going to be looking at on the shop show today from 3 until 6. Leah returns to the airwaves for her show tomorrow morning from 11 until 1 after our Friday festivities. So it's been a little while for Leah, and she's got a new little system to try to learn how to work in the next 24 hours. So we'll see how she does with it tomorrow morning on her one-on-one program between 11 and 1 o'clock. All right. Well, it's just about 6:30. It's 6:29. Also on the show today, Jeff Ward. He will have his spiel at about 8:35 or so. The top of the hour news break cuts us off now, so we can't be rambling over the top. And that's good. We have to be a little more structured on the show, so that includes Jeff. He's going to have to wrap up by about 58 past 8 and can't ramble over the top of the hour. Adjustments must be made. So we'll see if Jeff chimes in a moment with his tease. He usually lets us know what he's going to talk about this time of the show. I'll check some local news stories. Quite a few little local news stories for you this morning that I've pried from different sources, mainly the Daily Herald. we'll be working to expand our sources some and maybe even become a source for ourselves. Ooh, what an idea as time moves forward. And so we'll check some news stories throughout the day. First Shift 411, I was going to start to try to work some First Shift 411 into the 6 o'clock hour, but I didn't do a very good job of doing that this hour, so because it's already 6:30 and I haven't mentioned any First Shift 411 yet. So I have to find the perfect spot. But we will have some First Shift 411 next hour as well at about 7:15. And First Shift 411 right now on the show is brought to you by Columbia College of Missouri. The Elgin campus is intent in their commitment to open doors and support those who strive for excellence. Too many people have been made to feel that higher education is not a place for them. That's someone else's dream. But Columbia College of Missouri has changed all that. Glad to have them back on board. And they are the proud sponsor of the First Shift and First Shift 411. It is 6:31 here at WRMN. Now, our boy, can I call him our boy, Jeff Ward, is on the line. Let's see what's happening with the firstward.net and what he'll be reporting on in a couple of hours. Good morning, Jeff.
Good morning, Mark. How the heck are you?
I'm doing great, man. How about you?
Well, can't complain too much.
Yeah. Well, you always got to complain a little bit. You're Jeff Ward.
Well, I do. Or, there'd be an awful lot of quiet for half an hour on the radio.
Right.
So, today we're going to discuss more strangeness, not at the Elgin Township, but with another Elgin Township trustee. Then we have a quick hits with a variety of topics. One I am particularly fond of.
Okay.
But our Tuesday's column deals with, you may know this gentleman, Township trustee Alex Lopez, who is convinced everyone's going to kill him.
Okay. Really?
Including me. Oh, yes.
I don't think he thinks I'm going to kill him.
Random people, me. Well, if you disagree with him, he will.
Oh, okay.
So, that great philosopher, the one up there with Kant, Hegel, Sartre, Dave Captain.
Yeah.
Told me never let the secondary issue become the main one. And Mark, I didn't want to write this column. I just wanted everybody to behave, and I thought I could accomplish it behind the scenes. Oh, no. Not in the post-COVID era. So all the secondary issues became the primary issues. Mr. Lopez went on to accuse me of attempting to murder an Elgin police detective. Oh, yeah, I have the email. And, that's what I do.
Yeah.
Township trustees disappoint me, I kill them.
Yeah,
better be careful, sir.
Even the ones that don't disappoint you, you pick on us.
Well, yeah, because you're lowly township trustees.
Yeah.
Just like I'm a lowly opinion columnist. So I'll kind of cover the whole story about how this got out of hand. How having the Elgin police show up to your door because a lunatic thinks you're going to do him in simply because you disagree with him. It's the kind of public conviction that you can't appeal. I understand the Elgin police have to do their job. They do. But at some point you have to draw the line. And when a township trustee is accusing everybody in his orbit of trying to kill him or a police officer, you might want to, recommend the services of a therapist before sending an officer out. As that great philosopher, I'm going to give away the best quote in the column, is that, again, the great philosopher Dave Captain said, when I explained the entire scenario to him, he said, ooh, if Mr. Lopez ever read my emails, he'd have a nervous breakdown. It takes a certain, snowflakiness to do what Alex has done, and we'll cover that.
Yeah.
Then on to, I know you enjoy quick hits.
Yeah, I do.
My good friend and attorney, Jeff Meyer, likes quick hits. So, by the way, in that column, too, I note that if I had Enoch Essendrop, an occasional candidate, was the first one that Lopez accused of attempted murder.
Yeah.
Or premeditating attempted murder.
Just worried about him.
And, to make a point, I said that if I had to choose between Enoch and Jeff Meyer as to who would bump me off first, it would be Jeff Meyer, without a doubt. And he was rather pleased that I understood what he was capable of.
Yeah.
So we'll have a little fun with that. But then we move on to a quick hits. And the first one, Mark, I can't keep up with the stupidity anymore. I try, I don't know if it's Donald Trump. It's post-COVID. As a comedian said, that the problem is stupid people can get together on Facebook now and reinforce each other's beliefs. In the past, if some numbskull said the Earth is flat, his friends would basically say, "Shut the bleep up, you're an idiot." Now they get on Facebook and they find, 1,000 other people who think the world is flat, and it gets completely out of hand. But the current stupidity is that the Kane County Republicans, who, never miss an opportunity, never let an opportunity pass to make themselves look foolish, decided to protest this Saturday afternoon outside of the Batavia Chick-fil-A on Randall Road.
This Saturday?
Last Saturday.
Oh, last Saturday? Okay.
This past Saturday, yeah.
Gotcha.
And I'll save why they did this, why they're lunatics, and, I don't think there's any hope for humanity. All right, that's one. The other thing is, when something goes right now, people still flip out. As you've probably noted, and I'm sure your radio station has reported, Donald Trump will be on the ballot in all states in November.
Yes.
Will fail if he's not convicted in his fall trial for insurrection.
Right.
There is that caveat.
Mm-hmm.
But the Supreme Court correctly ruled that states don't have the power to remove a federal candidate from the ballot. They didn't really address the issue of whether insurrection occurred, which it did. But they basically said, we can't get there from here. States don't have the power to do this. So we'll get into why that's the correct decision. And lastly, and my favorite story of the week is, I'm laughing just thinking about it, a Crystal Lake developer who was making a presentation to the East Dundee Village Board to land a gig building an 8-unit and 12-unit apartment building on formerly city-owned land in East Dundee, came up with a unique way of persuading the populace to his point of view. Now, I firmly believe that, Joe Bialek, that's the developer's name, he owns Bialek Enterprises, has been a stellar graduate of the Jeff Ward Charm School, majoring in how to win friends and influence people. Because when confronted with a rather unruly crowd, Mr. Bialek's tactic was basically saying, hey, my project is going to improve property values. There's some pretty crappy houses in that neighborhood. And it got worse from there.
Oh, yeah. I was reading that story. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean...
he just spoke the truth.
Yeah, he just got like, bleep it. I'm just going to tell you what I think. Now, that's one thing when you're an opinion columnist. It's another thing entirely when you're a developer trying to, be awarded a project.
Yeah.
Oh, and it went downhill from there.
Right.
Which is hard to believe, because that's pretty downhill. So my joke in that piece, which is going to be up shortly, is, little crap houses for you and me. Is that how the John Mellencamp song goes?
Little crap houses for you and me. Yes.
Oh, the residents didn't like that. And he didn't stop there, but I don't want to give everything away. So we have an Elgin Township trustee who makes everything worse, the Elgin police who didn't do any better this time, and then we have crazy-ass Geneva Republicans. The Supreme Court actually got it. By the way, that was a unanimous verdict by the Supreme Court. When was the last time there was a unanimous verdict by the U.S. Supreme Court? I can't remember.
Yeah.
And then my favorite story, Joe Bialek, and did you ever watch Whose Line Is It Anyway with Colin Mockery and Brian Stiles?
Maybe a long time ago, yeah.
Oh, well, one of my favorite scenes is Hollywood Director. And Colin will come out and go, I only have 3 words for you, crap, and crap. And that's what Joe Bialek did. So there you go.
All right, Jeff, cool. We'll talk to you in about a little less than 2 hours.
We will.
All right, talk to you then.
I can't wait, Mark.
Me neither.
Okay,
bye. All right, Jeff Ward coming up in a little less than 2 hours. It's 6:40, and we'll have some news coming up next right here on the First Shift. Good morning.
I am Brenda Rogers, Democratic candidate for Kane County Recorder. I am asking for your vote on March 19th. 2 things among many that I want to do is to stay abreast of technology, making sure that the website is user-friendly, making sure that our residents are aware of the services offered to them, especially our seniors and military veterans. Vote Brenda Rogers, Kane County Recorder, paid for by citizens to elect Brenda Rogers.
For exceptional home-cooked meals, visit the longest family-owned restaurant in Elgin. Paul's Family Restaurant at Lawrence and McLean takes pride in their fresh daily specials like steaks, fish, pasta, soups, and more. Paul's fresh buttermilk pancakes and breakfast skillets are phenomenal. As you walk in, you can't help but notice owner Elaine's wonderful eye for detail. The toughest decision you'll have to make is what size leftover box to take home. Call 847-695-8687.
I am Brenda Rogers, Democratic candidate for Kane County Recorder. I am asking for your vote on March 19th. 2 things among many that I want to do is to stay abreast of technology, making sure that the website is user-friendly, making sure that our residents are aware of the services offered to them, especially our seniors and military veterans. Vote Brenda Rogers, Kane County Recorder, paid for by citizens to elect Brenda Rogers.
You never know what you might hear in the morning on the First Shift with Marky B and friends. And for many years now, Mark's best friend on the radio has been his radio partner, Larry Jones, who joins him Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 8 a.m. And they really do seem to get along swell.
The summer just got away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We look forward to summer for so long.
I don't think I want to live like somewhere where it's never cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe you have 9 and 3.
Yeah.
Yeah. 9 months summer, 3 months winter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about a 7-2-1-2 split? Yeah.
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 Like 7 months of summer.
Yeah.
2 fall, 1 winter.
Yeah.
So we can have that taste of winter and Christmas.
You know, that's not a bad formula, Mark.
Yeah.
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 News, weather, traffic, sports, and local information and entertainment in the Fox River Valley. It's the First Shift, weekdays from 6 to 10 a.m. right here on WRMN, AM 1410 and 96.7 FM.
A recent Gallup poll indicated that 38% of Americans are putting off health care because of financial concerns, the highest ever recorded. I'm Dr. Bob Martin, here to serve you every Sunday afternoon from 1 to 4. Millions of Americans are seeking health advice that will not cost an arm and a leg, so I offer health tips and advice absolutely free. Listen to my show, Sunday afternoons from 1 to 4 right here on WRMN, AM 1410 and 96.7 FM, the voice of the Valley and the home of Radio Shopping Show.
Ever take your car through the auto emissions lane only to experience the sinking feeling that your car has failed the test? Don't fret. Let Meineke at 376 Sundown in South Elgin fix the problem for you. Meineke's mechanics will determine the exact problem with your vehicle and suggest necessary repairs with Meineke's diagnostic service. Pass that test with help from the trained Meineke technicians. Call today for your appointment. 847-888-9644. That's 847-888-9644.
For many years, Italian Pizza Kitchen in Roselle has been serving quality and excellence. Italian Pizza Kitchen is family-owned with experience in preparing authentic Italian cuisine with the freshest, highest quality ingredients since the 50s. Your food is always prepared fresh with the same traditions, recipes, and standards that they've perfected over the years. Italian Pizza Kitchen has a passion for great cuisine and customer service. Visit ItalianPizzaKitchen.com.
6:43, First Shift continues here at WRMN on Fox River Valley Media Network. I have to practice. Welcome back to the show. What's happening in the news? This is the station where news comes first. We'll rediscover that jingle before too long. It's around here somewhere. We're just... we got a lot of things laying around. That jingle's laying around here in the hallway somewhere. We got to find it and stash it back in the system. Lots of things laying around in the hallway right now because we are reconstructing the radio station here at WRMN. So it's all going to be good. Just have to have patience. As Guns N' Roses once said, have a little patience. Yes, I'm quoting Guns N' Roses. Axl Rose, the amazing poet. 7:15, 45 minutes after 6, 15 minutes after 6:30, and 5 minutes before 6:50 here on WRMN. I get a little message on the computer on my lower left side here. It says, don't you love this when does your computer do this from time to time? This one's been doing this for a couple days now, and I didn't want to touch it until I asked Sonar what he wanted to do. Windows Update. Restart to install the latest Windows updates. New updates are ready for your device. Leave it on and plugged in, and we'll try to restart outside of your active hours. Or pick a time that works for you. Your options are restart now, pick a time, or snooze. How about if I just don't touch? And maybe I'll remember to say something to Sonar today. I forgot the last time. Sonar is our new engineer here at WRMN. Jack of all trades, master of some. You can't be a jack of all trades and master of all, can you? 6:45 here at WRMN. Fair skies and 35 degrees outside right now. Winds are out of the northeast at 8 miles an hour. We're headed for a high today of about 51. Mostly cloudy skies today. Before the rain moves in tonight and all day tomorrow. Yep, tomorrow a Friday rainy day and a high of 47. 36 with more rain tomorrow night, but it should taper off as we approach midnight. Saturday could be a lingering morning shower, otherwise partly sunny Saturday, so it should be a decent day for these parades around here. And a high of about 45 degrees on Saturday. And then slowly we start to climb that temperature ladder. 48 by Sunday, more sunshine. And then Monday we're up to almost 60, and by Tuesday we're in the mid-60s. Oops. Sorry. I accidentally pressed the crime time button. The crime time music. 6:46. Well, maybe that means I'm supposed to do crime time now. What time is it? It's crime time. I'll begin crime time by letting you know that tomorrow morning, Fridays with the Finest will be on the airwaves between 10:30 and 11. Right here at WRMN AM 1410 and on YouTube at WRMN Radio on YouTube. All right, let's start with a Carpenter's Vegas criminal. And he looks like in this mugshot that he thinks he's a badass. He's Tanachu Tony Moreno. I don't know if I pronounced his name correctly. Tonatiu. Tony Moreno. That's why they call him Tony, you see. And Tony, I believe, was shooting at the police, which is not a good thing to do. A Carpentersville man, Tony Moreno, is charged with attempted murder and 5 counts of aggravated discharge of a firearm in connection to allegations that he opened fire on the Hoffman Estates police last week. Tony Moreno, 25 years old, of Morningside Lane in Carpentersville. That rings a bell. I wonder if Morningside is anywhere near where I used to live when I was a little tyke. And I lived in Carpentersville from 1973 to 1977. 2100 block of Morningside Lane. Arrested by Carpentersville police Tuesday on a warrant from the Hoffman. According to police, a Hoffman officer was flagged down near 10 West Gulf Road about 1 o'clock in the morning on the 26th of February by an employee of a business there. The employee told the officer that after a man and woman were asked to leave the business, the man went to his vehicle. He grabbed a firearm and threatened the employee before running away when he saw police approaching. Other officers were called to search for the suspect. who police say fired multiple shots at the officers and the employee when he was spotted across Gulf Road. Police did not return fire, and no one was injured, but a vehicle and business were damaged. And officers were unable to locate the man that night after he fired those shots. I guess he scampered away or something, and they couldn't find him. But further investigation identified Marino as a suspect. Marino is now scheduled to appear at the Cook County Courthouse in Rolling Meadows today for a pretrial detention hearing. Scheduled to appear. What? Does that mean he wasn't kept detained after shooting at police? Let's see here. Charged with attempted murder and 5 counts of aggravated discharge. Well, hopefully he's in the jailhouse and not expected to show up to court on his own. You know how crazy Illinois is these days when it comes to that. I'm just going to assume that he is in jail. I hope he is. But it says here he's scheduled to appear at the Cook County Courthouse in Rolling Meadows today. That makes it sound like he's not in jail. All right, Tony Marino in the news this morning. Crime time to get us started. Let's see, I have time for a couple of more, or at least one more story here, and then we'll get our staff meeting going a little bit, a little radio shopping show preview on the way. What else have I prepped this morning? A couple of deadly crashes, one in Maple Park. But before I get to that, let's get to the phones. 847-931-1410. Take a phone call this morning. You can always call the first shift. Oops, I have not transitioned back to myself. I hate it when I forget to do that. Sorry. Now I'm back on YouTube. Yeah, I wish there was a way to automatically do that, like it senses the microphone and automatically puts me back on, but maybe I need to automatically just get that in my brain. It's 6:51 here at WRMN. Let's take a phone call, 847-931-1410. Good morning. Welcome to the first shift.
It's me again, Mark.
Hey, Jeff.
No. He's in the clink.
Oh, good.
The pre-detention hearing, they used to call it a bail hearing or bond hearing. No, he's in jail. They have to do a bond hearing, pre-detention hearing, I think within 24, 48 hours. And I guarantee you that whatever judge this case lands in front of is going to remand this gentleman into the hands of the local jail.
Yeah, well,
you can't fire at police officers and be released on your own recognizance. So no, he's in jail.
It's
They're going to haul him in chains into the courtroom or do the remote thing, and then they'll remand him until his trial.
Yeah. Okay, Jeff. Thanks for clarifying.
Just wanted to intervene.
Yeah,
no
thank
problem.
you.
Take care, sir.
Talk to you a bit. Jeff Ward checking in, and yes, well, I guess it makes sense. He did shoot at police officers, right? The way it was worded, scheduled to appear, like maybe he'll show up, maybe he won't. But yeah, that does make sense because he was shooting at police officers, so they certainly should and are going to protect their own. 6:53 here at WRMN. All right, so let me just finish the second story right quick here. We had a fiery single vehicle crash Tuesday night in Maple Park. Nice little area over there, Maple Park. A single vehicle hit a tree in far western Kane County. The Kane County Sheriff's Office says about 10:30 p.m., a deputy saw a black Dodge Durango traveling 92 miles an hour on Route 64 near IC Trail Road. Well, according to a news release from the Sheriff's Office, the deputy tried to stop the vehicle, which continued at speeds up to 110. So I guess the individual got what he deserved, honestly. The deputy lost sight of the vehicle and stopped pursuing it at County Line Road. The deputy then found it crashed into a tree on the west side of a curve in the 50 West 700 block of Ram Road. Is that Ram Road or Rom Road? R-A-M-M. I guess Ram Road, near Maple Park. The vehicle was engulfed in flames. The deputy could not remove the driver. So he was flying about 100 miles an hour, and there was a curve It's hard to navigate those curves at 100 miles an hour out in the country. Lost control, left the road, crushed a tree, crushed himself. Authorities said the Kane County Coroner's Office will use dental records to identify the man. As of the time of this story, he had not yet been identified. High-speed crashes. They've been trendy in the last year, that's for sure. Hopefully they will find ways, maybe when they are able to apprehend people on these high-speed crashes, keeping them behind bars until their trial and not releasing them on their own recognizance. That might be one way to cut back on these high-speed chases a little bit. 6:55 here at WRMN. All right, radio shopping show. Later on this afternoon, it's Magnificent Matt. He's got his own little moniker now. I kind of like it. I heard him say it on the air yesterday, and I thought, that's cool. The drive time deal with Matt McNeil. 3 until 6 this afternoon. It's the afternoon radio shopping show. Matt's trying to educate you, too, on a lot of things. He goes to a lot of websites. He uses YouTube a lot as a tool. If you watch his show, he'll bring up websites that you can see, and he'll kind of point things out that you can watch while he's talking. So that's a nice feature on Matt's afternoon show. And he'll be on the air with you from 3 until 6 after he redeems you from noon until 3 in the Redemption Center. Stop on by and see him at 14 Douglas Avenue between noon and 3 today. Clearance sale, 25% off of the already marked down prices. It excludes any new products that we have on the shop show. And a reminder, we do have new radio shopping show hours, 3 to 6, Monday through Friday. Redemption Center is open noon to 3, Monday through Friday. Saturdays right now, no redemption hours, no live radio shopping show. We've had to scale back a bit with staffing and things of that nature and kind of retooling the staff here at WRMN. But we are holding that spot on Saturday mornings locally. Hopefully we can fill that chair before too long and get the Saturday mornings going live again. But I know next Saturday morning, not this coming Saturday, but a week from Saturday, I believe Leah is going to come in and do the radio shopping show live that morning because she has a special guest. One of the Bidding for Bargains winners during the last game day won an opportunity to co-host the radio shopping show with Leah. So I believe they're going to cash in their prize, so to speak, a week from Saturday. And Leah's going to come in and do the radio shopping show live. Not this Saturday, but next Saturday. This Saturday, though, Sonar is going to put together some sort of best of, so I'll be curious to hear how that works out. That'll be Saturday morning from 8 until noon here on WRMN. All right, so you can win gift cards and cash. We are planning on having bingo and bidding for bargains again on the final Friday of the month. So the final Friday programming will be a little bit different. Leah will be holding down the fort. We'll see if she has a co-host. Maybe she can round up old Uncle Gare to come back in. They do such a good job together. And we'll see what happens on the final Friday of the month. It is 6:58 here at WRMN, a minute and a half until the top of the hour here. Just enough time to say good morning to a couple of people on YouTube. Where's my chat room? It likes to disappear on me. There it is. We say good morning to Amboy Jeff. He checks in this morning from way out in the sticks, making his way in from Amboy. Good morning, First Shifters. Everybody have a great day from Amboy Jeff. Video Whitehawk checks in from San Antonio, Texas. Good morning, First Shifters and Marky B. Hope things are great down in your neck of the hood, down by the Alamo, which is not physically imposing as you might think it is. When you get down there, you're like, that's the Alamo? San Antonio, Texas. I've enjoyed some good times down in San Antonio a few different times back in my broadcast days when I was doing, this is my broadcast day, I guess, but when I was doing play-by-play broadcasting for sports, I was broadcasting Rhodes College Division III football games. Rhodes College out of Memphis. One of the teams in their conference was Trinity out of San Antonio, Texas. So every other year we got a free trip to San Antonio. Had to broadcast a football game, but I got to enjoy the Riverwalk and do some other things while we were there. All right, coming up on 7 o'clock, And we'll get back to our staff meeting. First shift 411, the dumb daily holidays of the day. Lots to cover, more news stories possible, all in the 7 o'clock hour, all on WRMN, AM 1410. Stick around.
Your hometown radio station since 1949. We are WRMN, AM 1410, Elgin time, 7 o'clock.
With your AM 1410 WRMN Newsflash, I'm Sean Kernan. Brought to you by Linzess. The City of Elgin thanking volunteers and city crews that turned out for Elgin's right-of-way cleanup initiative, which began this week. The annual initiative led by the Land Division Management Division and is part of the city's spring cleaning efforts. In Kane County, school enrollment may be going down, but far from that trend, the count of homeless students has stayed steady. This year alone, 2,600 students registered as homeless, with the Elgin School District U46 witnessing the most enrollments. Under the McKinney-Vento Homeless Assistance Act, these students are guaranteed support to help them access education. The Elgin City Council met last night with the Committee of the Whole and the City Council agendas, both on the social media pages for the City of Elgin. Meanwhile, if you missed last night's meeting, you can still watch it. It's on the City of Elgin YouTube channel, youtube.com/City of Elgin. With your AM 1410 WRMN Newsflash, I'm Sean Kernan.
Is switching your wireless service to Total by Verizon easy? Totalmente! And you get unlimited 5G data, $25 a line for 4 lines on the unlimited plan, at an amazing price, with no contracts. Should you switch to Total by Verizon? Definitely. Totalmente. Find a store or switch suavemente at totalbyverizon.com. Monthly rate when you activate with autopay plus taxes and fees. Discount begins the month after you enroll. Additional terms apply. See website for data management practices.
With Progressive's Home Quote Explorer, you can check if you're paying too much for home insurance, because giving you options is the right thing to do.
Oh, you mean like when I let someone with less groceries go ahead in line? Sure, there's a part of me that thinks, if you only need 3 things, maybe go to a convenience store next time. And now they're sifting through coupons and my frozen foods are about to be not frozen.
But still, it's the right thing to do. So compare rates with Progressive's Home Quote Explorer. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers. Not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy.
If you are 50 years and older, you are welcome to join Elgin State Bank's sponsored movie days at Elgin Marcus Theater. It will always be on the second Thursday of each month. Doors open at 8:30 a.m. At 9 a.m., you will hear a very brief message from Sherry Aschenbrenner about upcoming senior events, and movies will begin at approximately 9:30 a.m. Coffee and a donut is complimentary. You can always call the movie theater hotline number of 847-888-7976 to find out what movies are playing each month. The cost is $3 if you are a member of Elgin State Bank, meaning you have an account there, and $5 if you are a non-member. And for more senior information, catch Sherry's Senior Showcase on the third Tuesday of every month at 9:15 a.m. right here on WRMN, AM 1410 and 96.7 FM.
Progressive presents the Sports Flash on News Talk Radio 1410 WRMN.
The Bulls beat the Jazz 119-117 last night. DeMar DeRozan had 29 points. Chicago remains in the hunt for a playoff spot. They've won 2 in a row. They're 9th in the East with a 2-game advantage over 10th place Atlanta. The White Sox and Bears reportedly have talked about teaming up in what's being called a financing partnership as both teams look to build new stadiums and will likely have their hands out for public tax subsidies. The NHL trade deadline is looming. The Blackhawks will likely make some moves with the team in the basement of the Central Division standings. Some of the high-value targets that remain include Tyler Johnson, who won a Stanley Cup with Tampa Bay. Colin Blackwell and Ryan Donato could also draw some interest. The Blackhawks snapped a 22-game road losing skid with a win on Tuesday night at Phoenix. They head back to the East Coast and visit the Capitals this Saturday night. Bundle auto and home, renters or condo, and save with Progressive.
I'm Chuck Sanders on News Talk Radio 1410 WRMN.
People who come to cricket stay with cricket, just like our customer Jaron.
I'm the singer and guitarist in a band, and I use my Cricket phone for everything. It's basically like another band member.
Don't miss a single beat. Switch today and get a free Samsung Galaxy A14 5G. Smile, you're on Cricket.
Real customer paid for testimonial. Must bring your number to Cricket on up to a $60 a month voice plan depending on device. Select models only while supplies last. First month service charge and tax due at sale. Cricket 5G requires a compatible device and is not available everywhere. Fees, terms, and restrictions apply. See store for details.
Picture this. It's Saturday morning and you're on your John Deere compact tractor. You're effortlessly breaking ground on your new landscaping project. Next, you're moving piles of rocks just by moving a lever. And now, you're enjoying the warmth of the sun as you clear brush across your pasture. We could keep trying to put you in the moment, but to really understand everything you can do with a John Deere compact tractor, you just have to get in the seat. Learn.
It's 7:05 here at WRMN AM 1410 and at WRMN Radio on YouTube. Welcome to this hour of the first shift. As we get into things this morning, we got some sunshine on the way, at least early in the day, I think, and then more clouds building as the day goes on, and eventually rain rolling in tonight and all day tomorrow for a Friday, unfortunately, but things should be more dry for Saturday and Sunday. That's the good news. We're at 36 degrees this hour. Winds are out of the northeast at 3 miles per hour. Heading for a high of 51, maybe sunshine early, more cloud cover later, and then eventually tonight, rain. Fox Valley forecast coming your way in just a few moments as we get into this hour of the first shift. WRMN News Time is 7:06. It is the 7th day of March. Let's win this day. Elgin and the Fox River Valley are open for business. Good morning.
With your AM 1410 WRMN Newsflash, I'm Sean Kernan. By Sky Rizzi. Explore proven results with Sky Rizzi. The Elgin City Council met last night with the Committee of the Whole and the City Council agendas, both on the social media pages for the City of Elgin. Meanwhile, if you missed last night's meeting, you can still watch it. It's on the City of Elgin YouTube channel, youtube.com/City of Elgin. The City of Elgin thanking volunteers and city crews that turned out for Elgin's right-of-way cleanup initiative, which began this week. The annual initiative led by the Land Division Management Division, and it's part of the city's spring cleaning efforts. In Kane County, school enrollment may be going down, but far from that trend, the count of homeless students has stayed steady. This year alone, 2,600 students registered as homeless, with the Elgin School District U46 witnessing the most enrollments. Under the McKinney-Vento Homeless Assistance Act, these students are guaranteed support to help them access education. With your AM 1410 WRMN Newsflash, I'm Sean Kernan.
Is switching your wireless service to Total by Verizon easy? Totalmente! And you get unlimited 5G data, $25 a line for 4 lines on the unlimited plan, at an amazing price, with no contracts. Should you switch to Total by Verizon? Definitely. Totalmente. Find a store or switch suavemente at totalbyverizon.com. Monthly rate when you activate without a pay plus taxes and fees. Discount begins the month after you enroll. Additional terms apply. See website for data management practices.
With Progressive's Home Quote Explorer, you can check if you're paying too much for home insurance, because giving you options is the right thing to do.
Oh, you mean like when I let someone with less groceries go ahead in line? Sure, there's a part of me that thinks, if you only need 3 things, maybe go to a convenience store next time. And now they're sifting through coupons and my frozen foods are about to be not frozen.
But still, it's the right thing to do. So compare rates with Progressive's Home Quote Explorer. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers. Not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy.
As the Elgin Police Department continues to participate in the Distracted Driving campaign, they wanted to share some tips from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration website regarding safe driving. If you are expecting a text or need to send one, pull over and park your car in a safe location. Once you are safely off the road and parked, it's safe to text. Designate your passenger as your designated texter. Allow them to access your phone to respond to calls or messages. Do not engage in social media scrolling or messaging while driving. Are you struggling not to text and drive? Activate your phone's Do Not Disturb feature or put your cell phone in the trunk, the glove box, or the back seat of your vehicle until you arrive at your destination. Remember, the Elgin Police are conducting directed patrols to enforce distracted driving violations. Just drive and stay safe. A message from our friends at the Elgin Police Department and your friends here at WRMN AM 1410 and 96.7 FM.
Progressive presents the Sports Flash on News Talk Radio 1410 WRMN.
The NHL trade deadline is looming. The Blackhawks will likely make some moves with the team in the basement of the Central Division standings. Some of the high-value targets that remain include Tyler Johnson. They won a Stanley Cup with Tampa Bay. Colin Blackwell and Ryan Donato could also draw some interest. The Blackhawks snapped a 22-game road losing skid with a win on Tuesday night at Phoenix. They head back to the East Coast and visit the Capitals this Saturday night. The Bulls beat the Jazz 119-117 last night. DeMar DeRozan had 29 points. Chicago remains in the hunt for a playoff spot. They've won 2 in a row. They're 9th in the East with a 2-game advantage over 10th place Atlanta. The White Sox and Bears reportedly have talked about teaming up in what's being called a financing partnership as both teams look to build new stadiums and will likely have their hands out for public tax subsidies. Bundle auto and home, renters or condo, and save with Progressive.
I'm Chuck Sanders on News Talk Radio 1410 WRMN.
People who come to cricket stay with cricket, just like our customer Jaron.
I'm the singer and guitarist in a band, and I use my cricket phone for everything. It's basically like another band member.
Don't miss a single beat. Switch today and get a free Samsung Galaxy A14 5G. Smile, you're on cricket.
Real customer paid for testimonial. Must bring your number to cricket on up to a $60 a month voice plan depending on device. Select models only while supplies last. First month service charge and tax due at sale. Cricket 5G requires a compatible device and is not available in rear fees, terms, and restrictions apply. See store for details.
Picture this. It's Saturday morning and you're on your John Deere compact tractor. You're effortlessly breaking ground on your new landscaping project. Next, you're moving piles of rocks just by moving a lever. And now, you're enjoying the warmth of the sun as you clear brush across your pasture. We could keep trying to put you in the moment, but to really understand everything you can do with a John Deere compact tractor, you just have to get in the seat. Learn more at johndeere.com/get-in-the-seat or visit a dealer near you.
Taqueria Las Cumbres, Crystal Lake's authentic Mexican restaurant on Grant Street, is open for carryout. For over 15 years, Taqueria Las Cumbres has been serving up all of your favorite Mexican dishes and doing it better than the rest. Recently voted the best in McHenry County. Stop in and carry out the authentic taste of Mexico and see for yourself. Support local for lunch and dinner today and place an order from Taqueria Las Cumbres. Call 815-455-8200 for Taqueria Las Cumbres of downtown Crystal Lake.
Hailing from Tanzania, you'll be thrilled to see the Zuzu African acrobats celebrate the 2,000-year-old Bantu culture of East Africa. The Zuzu acrobats have performed on America's Got Talent, and you can see their incredible acrobatics and energizing African drumming, singing, and dancing this Saturday at 4 at the Egyptian Theater in DeKalb. Each performance has incredible gravity-defying stunts while displaying the grace, beauty, and strength of the African culture. Visit EgyptianTheater.org.
Golden Corral Buffet and Grill, 154 Gary Avenue in Bloomingdale is open. Golden Corral's legendary Endless Buffet has a variety of delicious favorites and new menu offerings for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Guests can choose from over 150 items, including grilled-to-order sirloin, pork, seafood, as well as old favorites like fried chicken, meatloaf, and mac and cheese. Golden Corral is the only one for everyone. Visit goldencorral.com.
Garibaldi's Italian Eatery offers Italian dishes, subs, kids menus, and their delicious pizza. The foundation of a great pizza starts with the crust. Garibaldi's crust is crunchy at the bottom, airy in the middle, and perfect every time. The finest ingredients are used to give their pizza this exquisite crust and wonderful taste. Dine at either of the Garibaldi's 2 locations in Hoffman Estates and Arlington Heights. Free party rooms are available too. Visit Garibaldis.com today.
WRMN has been serving Elgin and the Fox Valley for 75 years, featuring a combination of local news, information, and entertainment in the mornings, followed by the radio shopping show for 5 hours each weekday. The first shift with Marky B starts your morning at 6 a.m., and it's always fun when Larry Jones is a part of the show.
Maybe we need to get a radio intern in to help.
Maybe so.
Somebody that you won't have to pay and you can treat them tough.
I can haze them.
Can't haze, you'll get fired. Remember that guy from Northwestern?
Yeah.
Gone.
Did he really do it?
You don't have to really do it. If somebody says you did,
yeah,
good enough. Maybe I'm going to accuse you of hazing me. I don't have to prove it.
And then there'll be a lot of people that come out of the and say that I also hazed
I remember when Mark hazed me. I've been hazed.
Mark hazed me back in 2012.
2012. I remember in Memphis one time. He was really mean to me.
It's first shift fun and information in the morning, combined with the radio shopping show to save you money. And you get it right here on WRMN AM 1410, WRMN 1410 Radio on Facebook, and WRMN1410.com.
It's Elton John. It's Kiki D. Welcome back to the first shift. It's 7:14. Kiki D celebrates a birthday this week, I hope. I'm noticing as I go back on some of these born on dates of the lates and greats. It's been a couple of years now since I prepped all these lists. And some of these people don't have end dates, but they've died since I prepped the lists. And I didn't know about that. So hopefully Kiki's still kicking. She'd be 77 years old today. Is that right? 77? Usually I'm really good at math. Yeah, 77. English singer, best known for her 1974 hit, I've Got the Music in Me. And this song, Don't Go Breaking My Heart. 1976 duet with Elton John. Went to number one both in the UK singles chart and the US Billboard Hot 100 chart back in 1976. Welcome back to the show. 7:15 WRMN AM 1410 WRMN Radio at WRMN Radio on YouTube if you want to watch us and say hey to us. Put us up on your TV screen. You can do that on YouTube pretty easily, I guess. Let's see. We're going to have our staff meeting this hour. Get into it quite a bit. We'll stamp the show. Let's stamp the show right now, shall we? Tony Cool was actually first to open up the office doors this morning at straight up midnight. She stamped the show with a VIT message. You can always send me one at 901-647-1240. That's my cell phone number. I'm not quite sure why people are so protective of their cell phone numbers. Some people are. Who cares? We get scam calls all the time. Just don't answer your phone. If you don't know the phone number and you feel weird about answering the phone, then just don't answer the phone. Hey, wrap it up. Done with you, Elton. Done with you, Elton, and I'm done with you, Kiki. Now back to our comfort music. 901-647-1240. That's my cell phone number. You can send me a text. That's the way I like to roll. I'm one of the young generation. I don't want to talk to you face to face. I want to text. Run from the truth. Play the avoidance game. Let's win this day. That's why I rang the bell 4 times. That's the moniker of the show. Tony Cool stamped the show. She lets us know this is staff meeting number 47. And the 1004th staff meeting since we started all this nonsense. Way back in the way back when. 1004 ACB and 47 this year. 7:18 here at WRMN. The weather forecast is looking okay in the long run. We're going to have a little rough patch tomorrow. Not a rough patch, a rainy patch. But other than that, we'll be all right. We're looking at a high today of about 51. Enjoy a little morning sunshine, perhaps. As the afternoon wears on, the clouds will build. And eventually we will see some rain. Later on tonight, high 51 today. And the rain probably won't start till hopefully after you're snoozing. And a low of 41 tonight. Tomorrow, rain with a high of 47. Rain off and on all throughout the day, unfortunately, but at least it's a Friday. 100%. Chance of rain tomorrow. 70% chance of rain tomorrow night with a low of 36. It should dry up for Saturday, and that's good news because we have the parades. Dundee, a morning parade. And they get buck wild early in East and West Dundee on Saturday morning with the St. Patrick's Day parade in Dundee. Do as the Dundeedians do and get buck wild along Route 72. Do as the Dundeedians do and get buck wild on Route 72. And then soiree to the south and head into St. Charles for parade number 2, which starts at 2 o'clock on Saturday afternoon. And on Saturday, we're looking at partly sunny skies and a high of 45. Not too bad. Clear skies. Pretty chilly on Saturday night, 26. And then for Sunday, sunshine with a high of 48. By Monday, we're pushing 60. And by Tuesday of next week, we're pushing 65. Not only that, but sunshine is forecasted for both next Monday and next Tuesday. So there you go. Not a bad looking forecast. Just have an umbrella with you on a Friday tomorrow because you probably need it. Sounds like a wet one. This hour we are at 36 with fair skies here in the Fox River Valley. Columbia College of Missouri, Elgin campus, intent in their commitment to open doors and support those who strive for excellence. Too many people have been made to feel that higher education is not a place for them. It's someone else's dream. But Columbia College says, no, no, no. We can make it your dream. They have changed all that with individualized attention and ongoing support. Columbia College knows a future built by you is a future built for you. How about that? Columbia College of Missouri, Elgin campus. Your new starts now. Visit ccis.edu. That's ccis.edu. They will teach you a lot of 411 at Columbia College. That's information, you know. And I will share some with you right now at 7:20 on WRMN. Thanks to Beth Drendel and Mike Oyne for stopping by the studio yesterday. They're emergency management experts, EMEs. And Beth is with Kane County and Mike is with the city of Elgin, and they were both here yesterday and shared some important tips and information about tornadoes and floods and hail. We get a lot of hail around here, don't we? It's one thing I've noticed a lot since I've moved back here in 2015. A lot of times when we get storms around here, it comes with large hail. That ain't no good.
Hell yeah.
Hail no.
Hell yeah.
Hail no. So thanks to Beth and Mike for checking in yesterday and sharing their information between 12:30 and 1 during Out to Lunch with me and Sonar yesterday. Today on Out to Lunch, it's going to be Greg Shannon stopping in at about 12:30. He of Elgin Public House fame. And what's to come of the Elgin Public House? Greg's going to sell it. Can someone replace Greg and continue what has become a great restaurant in the city of downtown Elgin? The Elgin Public House, staple restaurant of our downtown. There are others trying to work their way to that status, but Elgin Public House has that status. And Greg is going to come in and talk about why he's selling and what he hopes happens and where he's going. All today at 12:30 during Out to Lunch with myself and Sonar. I'll get things started. We'll probably tag team the interview, I'm guessing. Sonar will probably join me for that. And then Sonar will take over the show in hour 2. He might welcome Big Bad Ben for a little Bendemonium between 1 and 2 this afternoon. So join Sonar. Welcome him to Elgin. He has been living in Evanston. Also, that's where Ben lives. They both, I think, plan to come this way in the coming months, but we have to educate them on what they will find once they get to the Elgin area in the Fox River Valley. So Sonar and Ben tackle you in the 1 o'clock hour each day during Out to Lunch. Straight Money Talk is a new financial show from 2 until 3. Give it a listen, please. I haven't had a chance to listen to that show much the first few days. Seems to be the time of day when I get kind of tied up working and I'm not able to listen. So I need to listen myself and see what they're all about. It's Straight Money Talk from 2 until 3. And then Matt's got the Afternoon Drive radio shopping show. A hell of a deal with Matt McNeil. Is that how it goes? I don't think that's how it goes. Get a hell of a deal with Matt McNeil. No. The drive time deal with Matt McNeil. I don't know why this makes me think about this, but doesn't Joe Biden use the word hell a lot? It seems like he tries to be like cool. What the hell's going on? Why the hell is that going on? Joe Biden likes to use the word hell, and it does not endear him to people in my own eyes. Not a lot does, probably, but that word doesn't either. It doesn't work good for him. It's 7:24 here at WRMN. All right, anyway, some first shift 411. How about youth preparedness? I mentioned Beth and Mike. Building a county of kids that are prepared and can respond to and recover from a disaster. The Kane County Office of Emergency Management is excited to announce they are offering classes in emergency and disaster preparedness geared towards children. These classes will be taught by experienced members of the Kane County Emergency Management Team. As adults, we want children to feel safe and not worried about potential emergencies. We know that disasters can happen often without warnings, and we want children to know what steps to take to be able to stay safe during and after an event. This class is not intended to scare kids. Rather, it will be an age-appropriate, fun, and educational class to build confidence and empower them to be prepared. Prepared kids can become the resourceful adults of the future. If you are interested in scheduling a class, maybe for your, maybe you teach a class, and you, like a field trip kind of thing. You want your kids to spend a little time learning about emergency preparedness. Beth will come to you. Call Beth at 630-232-5985 to schedule a class with Beth and the Kane County Emergency Management Team. That's 630-232-5985. It's 7:26 here at WRMN. So that's a good thing that Kane County's doing. Elgin Township Triad's always doing good things. They're having their Spring Academy. It is Thursday, April the 18th at the center of Elgin at 100 Symphony Way. Triad vendor tables from 9 to 10 a.m. Secretary of State Bill Bogdan, he's the disability liaison for the Secretary of State. He will be speaking and presenting, I guess, from 10 until 11 that day. And then 11 to 12, it'll be Tony LaPalio, the owner of Senior Tech Support. It's the name says it all. Senior Tech Support. Computers, cell phones, tablets, cable, streaming. Y'all old folks don't know how to handle all that. And I include myself to a certain degree, as I don't know how to handle some of that too. It's passing me by. So I could use some help from Tony. Technology is passing me by. So Tony will have a presentation from 11 until noon that day. And then at noon, complimentary lunch sponsored by Elgin Township Triad. You must RSVP if you want to be a part of this. It's Thursday at 9 a.m. is when it starts. Elgin Township Triad Spring Academy. Call the township to RSVP, 847-741-2045. That's 847-741-2045. It's the next Elgin Township Triad event. It's Thursday, April the 18th, right down the street at 100 Symphony Way. All right, so that's happening they're always doing great things in the Triad, made up of great people. Sherry Ashenbrenner leads the way. I've met some others through the Triad. Jim Creighton from South Elgin. He's always a part of the Triad meetings. He's one of the top dog officers at South Elgin and has helped us out with America's First Responders Fest and other things. Jim's always super helpful and a very nice guy. And Stevie T is a member of Elgin Township Triad, so a lot of good people that try to do good things for the community. 7:29 here at WRMN. Let's see. There is a township event going on that I want to mention to you. Let me find the text yesterday from Ken Bruderly from the township. Give the gift of a second chance. This is something that Maggie Beyer is a part of too, my friend Maggie. She's helped put this together in conjunction with the Senior Committee, the Elgin Township Committee on Seniors, and the Elgin Township Community Mental Health Board. In the Elgin Township as a whole, there's several committees that are a part of the Township Board. One is a Senior Committee, one is a 708 Board, and they've kind of worked together to put this event together. And it is Give the Gift of a Second Chance. Learn the signs of an opioid overdose and how to respond with naloxone. I have trouble with that word. I'm not sure if I'm saying it right. Naloxone, the life-saving nasal spray that can reverse an opioid overdose. Take home naloxone at no charge. Kane County Health Department's a part of this event. It's Saturday, March the 23rd at 1:30 p.m. at the Elgin Township Building, 729 South McLean Boulevard. RSVP to 847-741-2045 if you want to come to this event. At the Township Building, Saturday, March the 23rd at 1:30. Again, RSVP to 847-741-2045 and be a part of that event. All right, so that's happening. Doing good things over at the Township. I'm proud to be an Elgin Township trustee, along with some of my other crazy trustees that Jeff Ward likes to pick on. Last week he picked on Eric Stair. This week he's going to pick on Alex Lopez next hour here on the show. And I think Jeff needs to call Eric Stair. I guess Jeff tried to call Alex Lopez, or at least they emailed back and forth, and maybe Alex didn't want to be as forthcoming with information as Jeff wanted him to be. But I don't know that Jeff has tried to reach out to Eric Stair. He had some opinions about Eric last week. Eric's really a good guy, and he's passionate about what he believes in. And I talked to Eric on the phone for about half an hour late last week, as I was about to get my hair cut over at Cheng's with Hilda. And it reinforced Eric's, whether he's got some diehard beliefs. He's a very spiritual guy. And he said to me on the phone, not everybody has to believe what I believe. And the people that I don't believe in favor of their practices, I'm not saying they're less of a person than me. Those are just my beliefs and what I've been taught. And I'm also a sinner, Eric said. We just have different sins, and those aren't my beliefs. Anyway, I think Jeff should call Eric. He might feel differently about him. 7:32 is the time here at WRMN. All right, this is First Shift 411, and I guess that's probably enough of it for now. Let's see. Tomorrow I'll tell you a little bit about something Hanover Township's doing. During First Shift 411, they do good things over in Cook County at the Hanover Township. And they've really been trendsetters in a lot of ways over there. Brian McGuire heading things over to Hanover Township. All right, 7:33, where are we now? Let's see, here on the show, we have our staff meeting that we still have to do. I didn't ever look at the dumb daily holidays, and I wanted to make that a part of this segment. So if any of them are ever conversational, then Larry Jones would be on hand, and we could talk about them for a few minutes. The dumb daily holidays of the day. Today is National Slam the Scam Day. We'll talk about a lot of scams on First Shift 411 because of Cheeseburger. Sherry Ashenbrenner sending me scam-formation. I share it with you. National Slam the Scam Day. We're trying to be scammed all the time, aren't we? Beware of Social Security scams targeting vulnerable individuals. Safeguard your personal information. Report any suspicious activity. Don't respond to phone calls if you don't recognize the phone number. People can leave you a voice message. Sorry about my sloppy lips. And if somebody sends you a text or an email and it looks weird to you, it is weird. Don't respond. Look into it further first. Slam the Scam Day. Let's stop these scammers. We have to find a way to put them in jail. If we could do that, maybe we could start to prevent some of the scams. 7:34 here at WRMN. Hey, it's Northwest Wes's better half. Northwest Wesley Jr. II. Rolling by the radio station and jumping onto the Honkers log this morning. Northwest Wes is on assignment right now, and he's not able to drive young Northwest Wesley Jr. II to school for a little while, so Kristen has taken over the job. But still, even if Kristen's driving, we get this.
Shut your mouth, you thong-wearing fatty.
Shut your mouth, you thong-wearing fatty.
Shut your mouth, you thong-wearing fatty.
They're on the Honkers log this morning at 7:34. A substitute driver for Northwest Wesley Jr. II. That family hit the trifecta in the Pick Six this year. The trifecta. The first trifecta in Pick Six history. 3 people from the same family winning in the same year. I think Dennis and Kimmy D both won in the same year before, but this year, first it was Northwest Wesley Jr. II that somehow went 6-0 and won the Pick Six one week. And then Northwest West won the Pick Six later in the season, and then during the playoffs, Kristen won the Pick Six.
Shut your mouth, you thong-wearing fatty.
Way to go, family. It is 7:36 here at WRMN. All right, so it's Slam the Scam Day. It is also National Flapjack Day, if y'all want some pancakes. And it's National Be Heard Day. I'm trying to be heard right here on the radio station. It's like trying to get noticed in a sea of people. But small businesses are scrappy. And with creativity and perseverance, they can succeed. I guess this is about small businesses. Yeah, shop small if you can. Give small businesses a chance. It's a struggle, and it's a good thing that people go out on a limb to try to go into business for themselves. It is a big mental struggle. You know, there's the hype of opening your new business. You hope you pump out enough on social media to get people to come in, your friends and your family, and people you know. They all come and visit you the first time when you open. And then there's day 6 of being open, and nobody's there. And you're like, oh boy, did I do the right thing? A lot of struggles with opening a brand new business. So if you take a chance, kudos to you, and let's try to support small businesses if we can. It's 7:37 here at WRMN, and those are some of the dumb daily holidays. All right, let's get into our staff meeting a little bit. I feel like I'm starting to fall behind on that. So let's say hello to a few of our first shift responders who are all up in the Marky B Hive Bar and Grill this morning. And where's my chat room go? It likes to leave me for some reason. There it is. Let's head back to YouTube for a bit and see who we have. The fam. Hector and the fam checking in this morning. I'm talking about Hector, Ninny Rose, Jeremiah, and Uncle Boom Boom. They're all up in the house, and they send us our first 3 prayers to the prayer scoreboard. Hector and the fam checking in. Crazy Kathy, Crazy Clairvoyant Kathy. She's certified in 2 different ways. She's both crazy and clairvoyant. Hi, everyone above and below my chat, says Crazy Clairvoyant Kathy. Good morning, certified. FSS checks in. It's First Shift Sherry. Good morning, First Shifters. Another day dawns on the beauties of Lord's Park. Always a pleasure and an honor to come work in such a lovely park. We're going to feature that park soon here on WRMN. We're going to be there. I'm putting Lord's Park back on my radar map this year. When I say that, what I mean is I like to go running in different places. Sometimes out of convenience, I just run my neighborhood. And I run over to Black Hawk Park over there in the neighborhood that I can't ever remember the name of, right across Bowes Road. A lot of times here
Here at WRMN Radio, we try to connect with the community and discuss important issues, like our current mental health crisis. Here's Lori Baker, President and CEO of AID.
I think most people, when they see young children thinking about suicide at the ages of 5 and 6 and 7, I mean, that's shocking to me that children even know that they want to harm themselves somehow. I know it's difficult. I definitely feel the pinch. We all feel the pinch at the gas pump, at the grocery store, right, in our rents, but I think most people could handle 27 cents a day to help kids and seniors and people experiencing homelessness.
Discussions like this take place on the First Shift, weekday mornings from 6 to 10, right here on WRMN AM 1410 and WRMN 1410 Radio on Facebook.
Hide out with friends at Galati's Hideaway in Cary. It's the perfect place for lunch, dinner, and specialty drinks. Check out their sports bar for the best spot to watch games. Try Galati's Dining Room for a relaxing night of dining on their signature Italian dishes. Try their great pizza or the Build Your Own Burger. Galati's Hideaway also has a large variety of entree favorites like prime fillets, steak kebabs, salmon, and ribs. Book your party in their banquet room. Visit GalatisHideaway.com.
Roll into Bolero in Algonquin or Roselle and solve your cabin fever issues. Bolero is bowling, gaming, dining, and nightlife with a twist. Score fun deals every day of the week and save big by checking out the daily deals online. Bowl with your friends and hit the lanes each week by forming your own social club. Clubs offer lively competition and fun times for everyone. From beginners to pros, make new friends, bowl, and beat your cabin fever. Visit Bolero.com. Rooted in their family Mexican history, churros are made daily with love. Churros and Chocolate at 2533 West Algonquin Road has churros made from family recipes with care and fresh each day with delicious fillings. There's also the Frida Cafe where you can relax and catch up with a friend while having a warm drink. Try Churros and Chocolate specialty churros, the churro sundae, or take home a churro cake. Visit churros, the letter Y, chocolateinc.com. For local information and fun times in the mornings, listen to Marky B and Larry Jones on the First Shift.
Maybe we need to get a radio intern in to help you.
Maybe so.
Somebody that you won't have to pay and you can treat them tough.
I can haze them.
You can't haze. You'll get fired. Remember that guy from Northwestern?
Yeah.
Gone.
Did he really do it?
You don't have to really do it. If somebody says you did,
yeah,
good enough. Maybe I'm going to accuse you of hazing me. I don't have to prove it.
It's the First Shift, weekdays from 6 to 10 a.m. right here on WRMN.
Be sure to catch the First Shift weekday mornings from 6 to 10 a.m. for important information like fire tips from Elgin Fire Chief Rob Sagan.
The thing in the winter that we're more concerned with is carbon monoxide, because that we don't get in the summer. That carbon monoxide issues occur because of heating equipment. Anything that burns natural gas, if it is faulty, can generate high levels of carbon monoxide, which in time can be fatal. So I can't emphasize enough the importance of having carbon monoxide detectors in your home. Every single year you will see somewhere in the country, and usually we'll get one or two in the Chicagoland area, where you'll see multiple fatalities in one home. You can't smell carbon monoxide, you can't taste carbon monoxide, you have no idea it's happening. And so it's critically important that you have the right detectors in your home.
It's the first shift, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. with me, Marky B, right here on WRMN. The system got me again. Mid-sentence. Welcome back to the show. It's Dusty Springfield.
Billy Ray was a preacher's son, and when his daddy would visit, he'd come along. When they gathered around and started talking, that's when Billy would take me walking. Out through the backyard we go walking. Then he looked into my eyes. Lord knows to my surprise, the only one who could ever reach me was the son of a preacher man. The only boy who could ever teach me was the son of a preacher man. Yes, he was.
Rough day in 1969 for Dusty. Well, she collapsed while taping a television appearance. I hate it when that happens.
Easy, no matter how hard I try. When he started sweet talking to me, he'd come and tell me everything is alright. He'd kiss and tell me everything's alright. Can I get away again tonight? The only one who could ever reach me was the son of a preacher man. The only boy who could ever teach me was the son of a preacher man. Yes, he was. He was.
Ooh, Dusty Springfield here on the first shift. 7:45 here at WRMN AM 1410 and at WRMN Radio on YouTube. Time now for Timeout for Sherman. It's back. It's been taking a break since we've been switching systems. I ain't had time to crank one out. Or I ain't made time to crank one out. Which way do you want to look at it? The lazy way is I ain't had time. In reality, maybe I ain't made time. Regardless, we ain't had one. But we do today. It's Time Out for German. Back here on the show. And we're going to try to get back in the swing of things because it's not going to be too long before our friend Mike Warren goes to Germany on a trip. And he's going to have to know how to speak the language properly. So that's what this is all about right now. Our focus is on the betterment of Mike and his ability to speak German. So let's learn how to say this in German today as we move on with the show. Now, we have had a brand new system and a lot to learn here at WRMN in the last couple of weeks. Every once in a while, it gets a little frustrating. I know it's all for the good. And in the long run, we'll laugh at ourselves for thinking this was hard, right? But until that point, let's do this for Time Out for German. In German, how do you say, I hate it when I'm talking and the new system at the radio station cuts me off mid-sentence, baby?
In German, I hate it when I'm talking in the new system. Ich hasse es, wenn ich im neuen System beim Radiosender spreche, schneidet mich in der Mitte des Satzes ab, baby.
Huh? What did you just say? Let's try that again. In German, how do you say, I hate it when I'm talking and the new system at the radio station cuts me off mid-sentence, baby?
In German, I hate it when I'm talking in the new system. At the radio station, cut me off mid-sentence, baby is. Ich hasse es, wenn ich im neuen System beim Radiosender spreche, schneide mich in der Mitte des Satzes ab, baby.
Ich hasse es, wenn ich im neuen System beim Radiosender spreche. Schneide mich in der Mitte des Satzes ab, baby.
Ich hasse es, wenn ich im neuen System beim Radiosender spreche, schneide mich in der Mitte des Satzes ab, baby.
Exactly what I said. 7:47 here at WRMN AM 1410 and at WRMN Radio on YouTube. Time Out for German. It's back and not better than ever. Now back to our regularly scheduled programming. Need a little comfort music as we get back into our staff meeting. Where'd the chat room go? There's the chat room. I was talking about Lord's Park when I got cut off mid-sentence 8 minutes ago. Lord's Park. Yeah, so to make a long story short, so I don't get cut off again, I'm going to make Lord's Park a part of my running route. I've been running downtown. I've been running the Fox River Trail. I like to run in South Elgin along the river, but I don't run over at Lord's Park. I'm going to add that to my running choice of routes and roll over there to my old stomping grounds in Parkwood. Maybe I'll run through Parkwood. Maybe I'll run past my old house on Highbury. 7:49 here at WRMN. Just like the Elgin Police Department does these neighborhood walks, and they go from door to door saying, hey, everything all right around here? Got anything you want to tell the police about? Because that's what happens, right, Chief Analally? Maybe I'll do neighborhood runs. I'll pick different neighborhoods around Elgin, and I'll run in those neighborhoods. I'll park the creeper van in front of somebody's house. And then I'll get out of the creeper van and I'll run around for a while, for like 20 or 30 minutes, and then I'll get back in the creeper van and I'll creep off. 7:50 here at WRMN. So yes, Lord's Park, a beautiful place. Blackhawks Brad checks in on Facebook this morning. Good morning, Mark. Good morning, First Shifters. Enjoy your day. Terry S. is on YouTube. If I just said Facebook, sorry. Terry S. is on YouTube. He says, good morning, enjoying the show. Thank you, Terry S. For listening in today. The Commander is in the house. Happy Thursday, First Shifters. Oh, it's burger night at the American Legion. Good old juicy burger sounds good. 5:30 until 7:30 is burger night. You can play Lightning from 6:30 until 8:30 with your hosts Gordy and Jerry for a chance at a $3,000 jackpot. Might not be 20 grand, but 3 grand don't suck. You could win 3 at the American Legion tonight during Lightning. And have a burger on Burger Night at the American Legion, 820 North Liberty Street, East Side, Elgin, Illinois. In classic Elgin. Would that be classic Elgin? Kinda. Good morning to Redwood John. He's on the Honkers log. He just walked down Action Alley like it wasn't nothing to it. And he walked in front of the window here and he flashed me his cup, which I assume had some coffee in it. But he is Redwood John, so you never know for sure. But he's going to be on the Honkers log now. Redwood John. Honkers log and haiku coming up. Wait, we've already done the haiku? No, we haven't. We'll do the haiku too, using the word of the day from Blackhawks Brad. All right. There's always a very, very important intro into the Honkers log. I haven't remembered exactly where it is on this computer yet, so I have to click around till I find it. Found it.
Fox River Valley, Fox River Valley. I call the place my home.
Boom, 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 boom.
Fox River Valley, Fox River Valley. No more will this sky roll. I've been north, south, east, and west, but there's one place I love the best. It's the Fox River Valley, Fox River Valley.
I call it my home. Fresh on the Honkers log this morning. The mystery man in the small beige van, south to north on your radio dial. You know who I'm referring to, right? Yes, you do. Because here on this show, we always like to talk about Dick. The mystery man, Dick. South to north on your radio dial. Studio 14 Honkers log. The naked eye cam activated this morning at 5:37 a.m. At 6:03, friend of Brenda went by. I'll get to work when I feel like getting to work. I'm friend of Brenda. The store opens when I open it. Don't need to put no time on the window. Ain't nobody gonna respect me anyway. I'll open the door when I want to and open up the hut next to Eaton's Redwood Inn. 6:11, Gregarious Gina was in the house. 6:33, Anna the Chairman said peace. Director of Foreign Affairs, inspiration for timeout for Chairman. At 7:34, it was the substitute driver, along with Northwest Wesley Jr. II. Yes.
Shut your mouth, you thong-wearing fatty.
Getting a little better on the sound bites. At 7:41, Mark Cool Blue said, just hang loose, bro.
Got me some slack, Jack.
Yeah.
Got me some slack, Jack.
Mark Cool Blue. And at 7:51, Redwood John came strutting down Action Alley and walked up to the window and flashed his cup. Yes, his cup. Drinking cup, that is. It's 7:54 here at WRMN. As a staff meeting wears on, it's the first shift responders in on YouTube. That's who we're focusing on at the moment. But first, it's time for the haiku from me to you using Blackhawks Brad's word of the day. The word of the day, Trixie. I knew a girl named Trixie once. She was never mind. The title of today's haiku is No Sense of Humor. No sense of humor. The title of today's haiku. Please repeat after me. Don't be all Trixie when dealing with somebody who doesn't get it. Don't be all Trixie when dealing with somebody who doesn't get it. No sense of humor. 7:55 here at WRMN. Thanks for the word of the day, Blackhawks Brad. Hector has provided all the prayers for the prayer scoreboard so far, all 3 of them. But don't fret, here comes 15 more. The commander's going to say, I can put a little more on that. He says the Queen of Hearts jackpot for the 11th of March next Monday is $20,020. Tickets on sale daily at the Legion. Monday special is 18 tickets for $10. Stop on by on Monday and enjoy yourself some tickets and a cold brewski at the American Legion. Have a great day, Marky B, and the Fox Valley listeners. Says the commander. Wendy of Wendy and the Bobs checks in. Wendy tells me that Matt announced last night he is taking today off and Leah will be in. From 3 until 6 this afternoon with the radio shopping show. I see. Matt's going to be out today, and I guess Leah's going to handle the radio shopping show this afternoon from 3 until 6, and then she'll be back tomorrow morning on her show from 11 until 1. Okay, let's see. And Matt apparently will be doing bingo with Leah on March the 29th. Thank you, Wendy, for sharing insider station news with me, since you're an insider. Crazy Kathy says, I loved your Joe Biden impersonations. Get the hell out of here. He likes to use the word hell. Makes him sound tough, like a tough guy. What the hell you think you're doing? Hell no, I'm not incompetent. Hell yes, I know where I am. Hey, tonight's a State of the Union address, right? Oh, boy. Oh, boy, I wonder if Joe's feeling pressure. Wonder if he's feeling pressure because he knows everybody's going to be staring him down. Waiting for every slurred word or misstep in his speech. That's tonight. Jubilant Julia checks in. Good morning, Marky B and all WRMN friends. Hope everyone's having a great week. Getting my seeds ready. It's time to plant some pea pods. Have a wonderful day, everyone, says the jubilant one. The resourceful one, Jubilant Julia, makes her own honey, makes her own peas, and is just an overall good-spirited woman. The assistant queen of positivity, Jubilant Julia. Annabelle checks in, says good morning and have a great day. Same to you, Annabelle. I like your name. I think Annabelle's a cool name. It's 7:59 here at WRMN. I'm going to be cut off again in 40 seconds, so we'll have some top-of-the-hour news in just a few seconds. And then we'll follow the national and worldwide news up with some local news and some sports. And then more of the first shift on the way. Jeff Ward about 8:35 this morning, and Brian Kilmeade this morning at 9. The Brian Kilmeade Show. Next Thursday, we'll have Captain's Corner on the air in the 9 o'clock hour. All right. Well, I think that's a good stopping point for now. We'll continue with Wilma next hour and all our VIT messages. In the meantime, we have 51 degrees as our expected high today. Sunshine early and rain late.
Your hometown radio station since 1949. We are WRMN AM 1410. Elgin time, 8 o'clock.
With your AM 1410 WRMN News Flash, I'm Sean Kernan. By Sky Rizzy. Explore proven results with Sky Rizzy. In Kane County, school enrollment may be going down, but far from that trend, the count of homeless students has stayed steady. This year alone, 2,600 students registered as homeless, with the Elgin School District U46 witnessing the most enrollments. Under the McKinney-Vento Homeless Assistance Act, these students are guaranteed support to help them access education. The Elgin City Council met last night with the Committee of the Whole and the City Council agendas, both on the social media pages for the City of Elgin. Meanwhile, if you missed last night's meeting, you can still watch it. It's on the City of Elgin YouTube channel, youtube.com/City of Elgin. The City of Elgin thanking volunteers and city crews that turned out for Elgin's right-of-way cleanup initiative, which began this week. Annual initiative led by the Land Division Management Division and is part of the city's spring cleaning efforts. With your AM 1410 WRMN News Flash, I'm Sean Kernan.
Is switching your wireless service to Total by Verizon easy? Totalmente! And you get unlimited 5G data, $25 a line for 4 lines on the unlimited plan, at an amazing price, with no contracts. Should you switch to Total by Verizon? Definitely. Totalmente. Find a store or switch suavemente at totalbyverizon.com. Monthly rate when you activate without a pay, plus taxes and fees. Discount begins the month after you enroll. Additional terms apply. See website for data management practices.
With Progressive's Home Quote Explorer, you can check if you're paying too much for home insurance, because giving you options is the right thing to do.
Oh, you mean like when I let someone with less groceries go ahead and line? Sure, there's a part of me that thinks, if you only need 3 things, maybe go to a convenience store next time. And now they're sifting through coupons and my frozen foods are about to be not frozen.
But still, it's the right thing to do. So compare rates with Progressive's Home Quote Explorer. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and third-party insurers. Not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy.
Celebrating 70 years of serving the Fox River Valley, WRMN AM 1410 and 96.7 FM is proud to inform and entertain you every day with great local shows that keep you connected with the people in your community, like the Radio Shopping Show, where listeners are encouraged to let us know about their experiences with our business partners.
I usually go to Tripleberry during the week. It's not so busy. I had my normal lumberjack omelet. It's like a meat lover's omelet, and their fries are awesome. Just the texture of it, they're a little crisp, soft on the inside. I mean, really good.
The voice of the Valley and the home of the Radio Shopping Show. You are listening to WRMN AM 1410 and 96.7 FM.
Progressive presents the Sports Flash on News Talk Radio 1410 WRMN.
The Bulls beat the Jazz 119-117 last night. DeMar DeRozan had 29 points. Chicago remains in the hunt for a playoff spot. They've won 2 in a row. They're 9th in the East with a 2-game advantage over 10th place Atlanta. The White Sox and Bears reportedly have talked about teaming up in what's being called a financing partnership as both teams look to build new stadiums and will likely have their hands out for public tax subsidies. The NHL trade deadline is looming. The Blackhawks will likely make some moves with the team in the basement of the Central Division standings. Some of the high-value targets that remain include Tyler Johnson, who won a Stanley Cup with Tampa Bay. Colin Blackwell and Ryan Donato could also draw some interest. The Blackhawks snapped a 22-game road losing skid with a win on Tuesday night at Phoenix. They head back to the East Coast and visit the Capitals this Saturday night. Bundle auto and home, renters or condo, and save with Progressive.
I'm Chuck Sanders on News Talk Radio 1410 WRMN.
People who come to Cricket stay with Cricket, just like our customer Jaron.
I'm the singer and guitarist in a band, and I use my Cricket phone for everything. It's basically like another band member.
Don't miss a single beat. Switch today and get a free Samsung Galaxy A14 5G. Smile, you're on Cricket.
Real customer paid for testimonial. Must bring your number to Cricket on up to a $60 a month voice plan depending on device. Select models only while supplies last. First month service charge and tax due at sale. Cricket 5G requires a compatible device and is not available everywhere. Fees, terms, and restrictions apply. See store for details.
Picture this. It's Saturday morning and you're on your John Deere compact tractor. You're effortlessly breaking ground on your new landscaping project. Next, you're moving piles of rocks just by moving a lever. And now, you're enjoying the warmth of the sun as you clear brush across your pasture. We could keep trying to put you in the moment, but to really understand everything you can do with a John Deere compact tractor, you just have to get in the seat. Learn.
Welcome to the 8 o'clock hour, the first shift here on this Thursday morning. Lots of sunshine early, getting cloudier as the day goes on. We're at 39 degrees this hour. Winds are out of the east at 10 miles per hour. Heading for a high of about 51, and then the rain sets in for about 24 hours late tonight until fairly late tomorrow night. And then a sunnier weekend is in store, although a cool one. We'll check that Fox Valley forecast coming up here shortly as we get into the 8 o'clock hour of the first shift. Jeff Ward in about half an hour will join me, and next hour it's the Brian Kilmeade Show. And I'll be doing some local hosting in between breaks of the Brian Kilmeade Show. If you want to catch up on some local news, weather updates, radio shopping show information, things of that nature. Out to lunch at noon this afternoon. Right now it's time for some news here on the 7th day of March. Good morning.
With your AM 1410 WRMN News Flash, I'm Sean Kernan. Hi, Sky Rizzi. Explore proven results with Sky Rizzi. The Elgin City Council met last night with the Committee of the Whole and the City Council agendas, both on the social media pages for the City of Elgin. Meanwhile, if you missed last night's meeting, you can still watch it. It's on the City of Elgin YouTube channel, youtube.com/City of Elgin. The City of Elgin thanking volunteers and city crews that turned out for Elgin's right-of-way cleanup initiative, which began this week. Annual initiative led by the Land Division Management Division, and it's part of the city's spring cleaning efforts. In Kane County, school enrollment may be going down, but far from that trend, the count of homeless students has stayed steady. This year alone, 2,600 students registered as homeless, with the Elgin School District U46 witnessing the most enrollments. Under the McKinney-Vento Homeless Assistance Act, these students are guaranteed support to help them access education. With your AM 1410 WRMN News Flash, I'm Sean Kernan.
Is switching your wireless service to Total by Verizon easy? Totalmente! And you get unlimited 5G data, $25 a line for 4 lines on the unlimited plan, at an amazing price, with no contracts. Should you switch to Total by Verizon? Definitely. Totalmente. Find a store or switch suavemente at totalbyverizon.com. Monthly rate when you activate with autopay plus taxes and fees. Discount begins the month after you enroll. Additional terms apply. See website for data management practices.
With Progressive's Home Quote Explorer, you can check if you're paying too much for home insurance, because giving you options is the right thing to do.
Oh, you mean like when I let someone with less groceries go ahead in line? Sure, there's a part of me that thinks, if you only need 3 things, maybe go to a convenience store next time. And now they're sifting through coupons and my frozen foods are about to be not frozen.
But still, it's the right thing to do. So compare rates with Progressive's Home Quote Explorer. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers. Not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy.
I
am Brenda Rogers, Democratic candidate for Kane County Recorder. I am asking for your vote on March 19th. Two things among many that I want to do is to stay abreast of technology, making sure that the website is user-friendly, making sure that our residents are aware of the services offered to them, especially our seniors and military veterans. Vote Brenda Rogers, Kane County Recorder, paid for by citizens to elect Brenda Rogers.
Good wine and food bring people together. Vine and Plate Wine Bar and Provisions serves globally inspired plates and wines from around the world, bringing people together and creating moments that focus on what life is all about. Vine and Plate offers shared plates, flatbreads, sandwiches, and salads. You can choose wines from everywhere, and there's an extensive whiskey list too. Ingredients matter. Quality matters. Every detail matters. Visit thevineandplate.com today.
Progressive presents the Sports Flash on News Talk Radio 1410 WRMN.
The NHL trade deadline is looming. The Blackhawks will likely make some moves with the team in the basement of the Central Division standings. Some of the high-value targets that remain include Tyler Johnson. They won a Stanley Cup with Tampa Bay. Colin Blackwell and Ryan Donato could also draw some interest. The Blackhawks snapped a 22-game road losing skid with a win on Tuesday night at Phoenix. They head back to the East Coast and visit the Capitals this Saturday night. The Bulls beat the Jazz 119-117 last night. DeMar DeRozan had 29 points. Chicago remains in the hunt for a playoff spot. They've won 2 in a row. They're 9th in the East with a 2-game advantage over 10th place Atlanta. The White Sox and Bears reportedly have talked about teaming up in what's being called a financing partnership as both teams look to build new stadiums and will likely have their hands out for public tax subsidies. Bundle auto and home, renters or condo, and save with Progressive.
I'm Chuck Sanders on News Talk Radio 1410 WRMN.
People who come to Cricket stay with Cricket, just like our customer Jaron.
I'm the singer and guitarist in a band, and I use my Cricket phone for everything. It's basically like another band member.
Don't miss a single beat. Switch today and get a free Samsung Galaxy A14 5G. Smile, you're on Cricket.
Real customer paid for testimonial. Must bring your number to Cricket on up to a $60 a month voice plan depending on device. Select models only while supplies last. First month service charge and tax due at sale. Cricket 5G requires a compatible device and is not available everywhere. Fees, terms, and restrictions apply. See store for details.
Picture this. It's Saturday morning and you're on your John Deere compact tractor. You're effortlessly breaking ground on your new landscaping project. Next, you're moving piles of rocks just by moving a lever. And now, you're enjoying the warmth of the sun as you clear brush across your pasture. We could keep trying to put you in the moment, but to really understand everything you can do with a John Deere compact tractor, you just have to get in the seat. Learn more at johndeere.com/get-in-the-seat or visit a dealer near you.
You never know what you might hear in the morning on the first shift with Marky B and friends. And for many years now, Mark's best friend on the radio has been his radio partner, Larry Jones, who joins him Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 8 a.m. And they really do seem to get along swell.
The summer just got away.
Yeah. We look forward to summer for so long.
I don't think I want to live like somewhere where it's never cool.
Yeah.
Maybe have 9 and 3.
Yeah.
9 months summer, 3 months winter.
Yeah. How about a 7-2-1-2 split? Yeah. Like 7 months of summer. 2 fall, 1 winter. So we can have that taste of winter and Christmas.
You know, that's not a bad formula, Mark.
Yeah.
News, weather, traffic, sports, and local information and entertainment in the Fox River Valley. It's the first shift, weekdays from 6 to 10 a.m. right here on WRMN, AM 1410 and 96.7 FM. Hop on over to Lamb's Farm in Libertyville for a delicious bunny brunch on Friday, March 29th or Saturday, March 30th. Enjoy a delicious buffet at the Magnolia Cafe and Bakery. Then take a walk over to the Bunny Patch in the Visitor Center for crafts and a special visit with the Easter Bunny. Call the Magnolia Cafe and Bakery at Lamb's Farm for reservations for the Bunny Brunch at 847-362-5050. Visit lambsfarm.org for more information. Hippity hop! A dream that's been cooking for years, Maria's Little Italy in Sycamore is waiting for you to come and enjoy authentic recipes handed down for generations. generations. Stop in and enjoy bruschetta, handmade focaccia bread, pizza, pasta, sandwiches, and more. Dine in, take out, delivery, or catering is all available. Go to mariaslittleitaly.com and see what you've been missing. From their family to yours, welcome to Maria's Little Italy, where food brings families together.
This is Marky B inviting you to feel the power of the first shift.
To God be the glory, my brother. Thank you so much. You are such an inspiration to many of folk that's here in Elgin. I'm in West Dundee. I'm a Dundeeite now, not an Elginite anymore, but I love you. I can even give a number of prayers that we as a people continue to grow and to be there for one another. Please, people, let's get on board. Check on your neighbors, check on your friends, and just give an inspiration that life is worth living.
It's the first shift weekday mornings from 6 until 10, right here on WRMN.
Dine out with family and friends at Nick's Pizza in Elgin or Crystal Lake. Nick serves up award-winning thin crust and Chicago-style pizza. Eat in or carry out. In addition to Nick's fabulous pizza, let Nick's cater your events with pizza, pasta, Italian beef, and other delicious offerings. Their big banquet rooms can accommodate all your event needs. So, for great pizza in a Northwoods, cabin-style atmosphere, bring family and friends to Nick's. Visit nickspizzapub.com.
Welcome back. Bright skies down Action Alley, 8:14. Here on this Thursday morning. Jeff Ward in about 20 minutes. We'll see what he's got to say in a quick hits session today on the show with the Jeff Ward Radio Report. Brian Kilby next hour. Out to lunch with myself and Sonar and our guest Greg Shannon from the Elgin Public House today, 12 to 2. Greg Shannon at about 12:30. And then the afternoon radio shopping show from 3 until 6. Drive time style. Redemption Center is open noon to 3 and our website's WRMN1410.com. This is the music of U2 with great momentum. It's U2 on YouTube. Because on this date in 1987, the album The Joshua Tree came out. And this was the first song on the album, and it got the album off to a great start. And this could be my favorite U2 song. Streets Have No Name from The Joshua Tree, which came out from U2 back in 1987. This is the first shift here at WRMN. It is the final hour of the show today. Larry Jones is on with me on a Friday tomorrow morning, and Jakes will be around. We'll see if Jakes can get out of bed early enough and get here by 7 o'clock. And if so, the three of us will do our thing a little bit longer tomorrow than we have, generally speaking. As we'll start, after the news block at the 7 o'clock top of the hour. And it'll be Larry and myself and Jakes. And for tomorrow, the show will go until 9:30. And Tim Calderwood of the Schaumburg Boomers will be a part of it at 9:15. And I'm going to try like mad to get a sports trivia question in tomorrow on the show. I was going to try to do trivia today, but I kind of forgot about it. So, sports trivia, because the great Rose Martinez has prepared some sports trivia questions, and I want to make sure I use them. And it's baseball season, and Cody Bellinger played his first game for the Cubs yesterday in the preseason. I guess he went 0 for 2 with a walk in his first game in a Cubs uniform this spring. Some decisions to be made by Craig Counsell soon for the Cubs and for all managers around Major League Baseball. Who's going to stick? Who's going to go? who's going to play where on opening day. Cubs have not addressed all their pitching issues. So, gosh, Drew Smiley may get another chance as a starting pitcher for the Cubs this year. I don't know what old Craig Counsell has up his sleeve yet, but the one thing about it is I kind of believe in Craig Counsell, and I think that even if the Cubs aren't fully stacked with the team that they plan to help take them to the postseason, you can start the season, kind of see who you have. And they should have enough talent right now to at least be pretty good. Identify their weaknesses and try to address those weaknesses as the season goes on. So we'll see if that's the strategy for the Cubs this year. White Sox, who knows, man? But the White Sox, they're going to try. They have a few old vets that have joined a few young core members that they still have, and we'll see what the White Sox can put together. I wouldn't expect a whole lot from the Sox this year, and I know Sox fans probably are not. But you never know. You never know. It's the thing about baseball. 8:18 here at WRMN. Jeff Ward coming up in about 15 minutes or so. So let's go ahead and finish our staff meeting. Something about Mary just went by the radio station. Good morning, Mary. Let's see. Back to finish YouTube comments, and then we'll get to VITs. And wonderful Wilma Cash checks in on YouTube. She says, good morning, Marky B and our first shift friends. Have a great day, be happy, and be blessed, says the wonderful one, the queen of emojis, especially on Blues Day Tuesday, where she usually sends a bunch of music instruments. We got Dynamite Denise checking in this morning. Have you found the soundbite button yet for the Farm and Barn show? Wink, wink. I look forward to that. Soundbite for the Farm and Barnyard show. Would that be this one? No, not that one. Would it be this one? I know you missed that soundbite. You haven't heard that lately, have you? Is that the one you're talking about? Or are you talking about this one? Ooh, the mean cow. He's got mean cow disease. I don't know, Dynamite Denise. Was it one of those two? One of those last two? Is that what you're referring to? Have a great day, all first shifters from the Dynamite One. Dynamite Denise checking in on YouTube. Sensational Shelley, Queen of Positivity in the house. She says, good morning. What a beautiful day it's going to be, so have a great day. Jubilant Julia is just chomping at the bit. She wants the job, but Sensational Shelley is the queen of positivity, and Jubilant Julia is the assistant queen. 8 prayers from the Sensational One. Oh, Dynamite Denise says it was the whoopee cushion sound. Yeah. So she's talking about this one. So, as of right now, see, what I used that sound for, Dynamite Denise, was to let everybody know that I was officially in the house. Mark made it to work. If you hear this sound during the Farm and Barnyard show with Delois and Rita, usually I played it right at about 5:37 and 55 seconds. And then you knew I was at work. The way the new system has been set up, however, I can't get into the show. They won't let me get in. As of the moment, I can't insert little bitty sound bites in that show. I'm locked out. So until we can adjust the system a little bit, you'll just have to assume I made it to work. It is 8:22 here at WRMN. All right. Hector and Jeremiah, they went by the radio station a few minutes ago. And Jeremiah was not sure if I saw him, and that's why Hector pulled over for a moment. Jeremiah, our youngest documented listener, and Hector says, yep, Jeremiah does want to listen to the show. He doesn't tell Dad to put on some music instead. That's good to hear, and great to have you guys driving by the station every day. Hector and Jeremiah.
Hell yeah.
And that takes care of everybody on YouTube right now. Let's head to VITs and finish off this first shift staff party today. Now, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday with Larry being here at 7, I'm still going to work my way through first shift comments. We're still trying to figure out a way to get through all those. I want you to keep on saying hi and making comments on YouTube and VITs, and I'll work everything in as best as I can to the conversation with Larry and myself. Good morning to the Duchess of Douglas. She just walked by south to north on your radio dial. Going off into her daily world. She's lived upstairs for a long time. Grace, the Duchess of Douglas. Dennis D. Not So Young from White House, Texas checks in. Says, good morning, first shifters. Have a great day. Dennis D. Not So Young, the Nightmare on Elm Street. Causing trouble in Texas these days. Don't mess with Texas, because Big Dennis D. is down there now. Linda Carter was actually third into the office today. That never happens. But it did today. She's walking in victory with Jesus, and Linda Carter sends us 15 prayers. I still haven't mastered where the beep sound is, or the bleep sound. Oops, I found it. Linda Carter, Linda Carter, Linda Carter. Oh, shh. Linda Carter. 47 on the prayer scoreboard, thanks to LC, checking in at 12:02. Blackhawks Brad checked in this morning. Let's win this day, says BHB. We did use the word of the day in the haiku today. The American flag flies, the eagle flies over the fabulous Fox River, and enjoy your day, everyone, from Blackhawks Brad. CK checked in this morning at 4:30. She couldn't make it in for the executive staff meeting today. She had a doctor's visit. Good morning, Mark and first shifters. Wishing you all a wonderful and safe Thursday. She's the queen of safety. It's comforting Kathleen, the leader of the band. CK and the Sunshine Band, featuring Gina and Anna the Chairman. And every once in a while, Heidi makes an appearance. And we also have other substitutes in the band every once in a while, too, like the Big Boss Man. All right. No Nickname John checks in. And here's an engineering note for you, Sonar, if you happen to be listening right now. Let's see what No Nickname John's got to say. I frequently listen on the app, and I've noticed the last couple of overnights that audio gaps of between 5 and 10 seconds occur randomly and repeatedly. Not sure if it happens on TuneIn or the AM, but it does on the app. Well, if Sonar's not listening right now, I will let him know that you said that, if I can remember. No Nickname John. West Side Freddy checking in, and I have not found... Dun, 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 dun. That soundbite yet, since we've made the system change. But West Side Freddy, he's patient. He'll wait his turn. Well, maybe he's not so patient. Does that mean, let's see... I'm not sure what West Side's saying today, but he says, trumpet toots from the West Side, a funky Thursday morning. Have a great show, Mikey B, and all of the Hive shifters. I was listening. I think he was trying to say always listening, but his phone said I was listening. West Side checking in and adding 4 prayers to the prayer scoreboard. West Side got his hair cut yesterday, and pictures were sent to me of West Side in the chair. He was in the Cheng chair over there next to Wise Guys Pizza. Now he looks all debonair with a fresh cut from Cheng. I've been over there twice now. Have not had my hair cut by Cheng yet. It's been Hilda both times. First time Cheng was busy, and the second time Cheng was out. But Hilda's doing a fine job on my hair, so that's my new place. I enjoy it over there next to Wise Guys Pizza in South Elgin. 8:27 here at WRMN, and I believe that gets us through all the messages, except A member of the 7-Letter Club has decided to grace us with his presence this morning on YouTube. He's a big guy. He's a big flea market kind of guy. I'm talking about Ian Haar, not Ed Dring. Who am I forgetting? I'm forgetting the third member of the 7-Letter Club right now. I know I've got to sneeze, though. I'm not sure if sneezing made it to the sound bites yet. I think it did. Let's see. I feel a sneeze coming on. Is this a sneeze? No, that's not a sneeze. Is this a sneeze? No. That's not a sneeze. We have a spitting and snoring. Spitting, snoring, and sneezing. Ah. Spitting. Snoring. Sneezing. There you go. And now I don't have to sneeze. I talked myself out of it. 7:28 here at WRMN. I did hear Matt say this yesterday, and yes, thank you, Ian Haar, for reminding me. There is a flea market at the Elgin High School this Sunday. Over 200 vendors. Yes. So if I can, I may make my way over there for a bit and check it out at my old stomping grounds. Elgin High School with their big annual flea market, and it comes up this Sunday. Over 200 vendors over on Maroon Drive on the far east side of Elgin. So keep that in mind. If you want to go do a little fleeing this weekend, flee over to Elgin High School for the flea market on Sunday. Thanks, Ian Haar, for that reminder. Oh, I forgot. Tim Smid. He's the other member of the 7-Letter Club. Tim Smid, Ian Haar, and Ed Dring. We have 3 members right now. They're not quite as esteemed as the 5-Letter Club. We don't have the 5-Letter Club, though. But the only person whose name that I ever knew, both first and last name, added up to 5 letters was Ed Ott, catcher for the Pittsburgh Pirates back in the 1970s, son of Mel Ott. Ed Ott. He was a member of the 5-Letter Club. 8:30 here at WRMN. All right. Well, let's see what else I have time for. Maybe one more news story since I have finished my staff meeting, believe it or not, in time. And then we'll get to Jeff Ward pretty quickly when he calls because we have to be off before 9 a.m., Jeff Ward, if you're listening right now. Not 9:02, not 9:03, before 9 a.m., or the system's going to cut you off mid-sentence. It's the way it goes. It is 8:30 here at WRMN. West Dundee in action. That's what I'll finish with right now. Well, I did miss a few stories earlier. West Dundee is where we'll finish. They're buying more property. This time, trustees have approved the purchase of 2 buildings in the downtown district for $470,000. The village expects to close on the buildings at 108 and 110 West Main Street. Most recently home to Bob's Trading Post. You've seen that place, right? Wendy's probably saying, Wendy of Wendy and the Bobs is probably saying, shoot, Bob's Trading Post is right over here on Cocaine. No, this is Bob's Trading Post in Dundee, in West Dundee. Ain't much been going on at Bob's Trading Post lately, and that's why the village is buying it, along with the Riverside Upholstery. And they're going to close on the deal in the next 30 to 45 days. Mayor Chris Nelson noted that Bob's Trading Post had largely been out of business for years and had no significant investment in decades. Riverside Upholstery has 6 months to find a new location. Nelson said West Dundee stepped in to buy the properties to help spur redevelopment along that stretch of 72 there, right? A lot of great little bars there, and the theater, the Rock House Theater and all that. So a lot of things happening right along that strip there, and there's still some of those old remnants of the old places like Bob's Trading Post. And West Dundee says, no, we want to make all of these buildings nice and renovated and ready to roll with whatever may go into them, retail stores. So West Dundee trustee Dan Wilbrandt was the only vote against purchasing the property. Within the last year, the village has spent $3.25 million to purchase the shuttered Macy's and Sears buildings at Spring Hill Mall. In October, village trustees agreed to spend $7 million to buy the main portion of the mall, which will close to the public on March the 22nd. So, there you have it, some West Dundee news. It is 8:33 here on the first shift, and Jeff Ward is going to be standing by and be joining us in just a moment. Keep it here on WRMN AM 1410 and at WRMN 1410 Radio, or actually just WRMN Radio on YouTube. Back with Jeff Ward in just a moment.
If you are 50 years and older, you are welcome to join Elgin State Bank's sponsored movie days at Elgin Marcus Theater. It will always be on the second Thursday of each month. Doors open at 8:30 a.m. At 9 a.m., you will hear a very brief message from Sherry Aschenbrenner about upcoming senior events, and movies will begin at approximately 9:30 a.m. Coffee and a donut is complimentary. You can always call the movie theater hotline number of 847-888-7976 to find out what movies are playing each month. The cost is $3 if you are a member of Elgin State Bank, meaning you have an account there, and $5 if you are a non-member. And for more senior information, catch Sherry's Senior Showcase on the third Tuesday of every month at 9:15 a.m. right here on WRMN, AM 1410 and 96.7 FM.
When you need your banker, they should be ready to put you first. At Wintrust, you can have the banking experience you need and the one you deserve. Ready for a change? We've made it even easier. Our new sophisticated online platform makes opening accounts a breeze, but our bankers are always here for you. Open a new Total Access checking account in minutes at wintrust.com/fast. Plus, get $300.
$100 required to open. Requirements to qualify. Must use link to apply.
Member FDIC.
The Triple Berry Cafe of Crystal Lake offers incredible breakfast and lunch options for you, and now the coffee bar is open for you to enjoy. Stop in and enjoy a relaxing cup of coffee in a peaceful setting, and if you're hungry, the Triple Berry Cafe is ready to provide you with homemade goodness. Enjoy omelets, skillets, pancakes, crepes, waffles, and much more for breakfast. Stop in at the Triple Berry Cafe for lunch and enjoy signature sandwiches, burgers, wraps, salads, and healthy options are available as well. Triple Berry Cafe, just off Randall Road in Crystal Lake. Now with a coffee bar.
First shift continues here on WRMN. The music of Alice Cooper and No More Mr. Nice Guy. I wonder why. Time to welcome this guy to the show. It's Jeff Ward and the First Ward Radio Report here on this Thursday morning, and I want to start Jeff on a positive note today. Good morning, Jeff.
Morning, Mark.
I'm going to start you off on a positive note. Trusty Pat checks in on YouTube this morning, and he says, "Good morning, all. I'm looking forward to listening to Jeff Ward. Jeff's outlook on local politics is pretty good most of the time. I know that a few listeners do not agree with him, but not all can agree." There's Trusty Pat checking in, setting the stage for Jeff Ward. Hi, Jeff.
I appreciate that, Trustee Pat. Yeah, we recently had a conversation. Poor Pat. But anyway, hey, my plan is to talk really, really quick so we don't get cut off at 9 o'clock.
Good.
The sad thing is I could actually do that, but I won't. All right, well, why don't we get right to it? And thank you for the theme music. That is my theme song. You know, I'm real cut down and I'm feeling mean, except for the last story, which is hilarious.
Okay.
All right. You know, what most folks don't understand about reasonable journalists, not that there's many left, is there are columns we don't want to write. You know, we simply want to move behind the scenes, get everybody to kind of say, "Oh, you know, we could have done better," and move on. And as that great philosopher, you know, the one that's up there with Immanuel Kant, Hegel, Voltaire, and Albert Camus, Dave Captain.
Yeah, Elgin Mayer.
He's just mayor as a side thing.
Yeah.
He's really a philosopher. I hear he's got, a new book coming out. Not really, but it would be funny if he did.
It'd be good, yeah.
Actually, it would be a good idea, the philosophy of being a mayor.
Right.
In any event, Dave likes to say, and every public official should listen to this. So, everybody listening out there, don't let the secondary issue become the primary one. And that's what happened every step of the way with his story. Because I kept trying to not write it.
Okay.
And nobody would let me do that. It all started when Enoch Essendrop, now Enoch has run for a variety of offices,
Okay.
sent an email to Township Trustee Alex Lopez seeking his point of view on a number of issues.
Yeah.
Okay, now for reference purposes, if I had to pick between Enoch Essendrop and my attorney and friend Jeff Meyer as to who would be the most likely one to bump me off, it would be Jeff Meyer, hands down. And when I told Jeff this, he was exceedingly pleased and congratulated me for understanding what he was capable of. So, I mean, it's good to have all your cards on the table, right? Put more simply, Enoch, I'd fear you more than Enoch, Mark. So we need to insert that, because when Enoch sent this innocuous email, essentially saying, hey, where do you stand? Because Mr. Lopez, the township trustee, has an IQ of, well, no, let's not go there, has the emotional maturity of a sleep-deprived 4-year-old, he responds to every email with, thank you for your correspondence, Mr. Fill-in-the-blank. I am generally pleased when constituents such as yourself engage with their elected officials.
Yes.
And that's it. Nothing else. He doesn't answer the question.
Oh.
So as you might imagine, Enoch writes back, yeah, it's the kind of thing, he sent that email to me 5 times already. It's the kind of thing where, I know I aggravate people, but I'm trying to do it. He's just good at it naturally. So Enoch writes back, hey, I appreciate the response, but I was kind of hoping for something a bit more detailed. Now, I have all these emails, unredacted, by the way.
Okay.
And we'll get to why that's important, the unredacted part. What was Mr. Lopez's response to this? To fire off an email to Chief Lally saying that Enoch Essendrop was threatening him, and he feared for his safety.
Really?
Yes. So I'm like, what? That's kind of when I sprang into action. They accuse me of being the Unabomber. I don't take kindly to false accusations. I don't take kindly to weaponizing law enforcement, which is exactly what happened here. So I kind of sent a series of emails to everyone involved. They were terse and kind of said, what's going on? Now, the chief and I have, let me back up a little bit. So before, prior to me getting involved, I understand the Elgin police and any police department have a job to do. And in this day of mass shootings, day and age, mass shootings, COVID, mental health issues, you have to take things like that seriously.
Yeah.
However, there is a line. Police use discretion all the time. I completely and utterly disagree with the Elgin Police Department's decision to send out a major investigations detective to Enoch's house at 7 p.m. at night. Because even if he was in plain clothes, even if he was in an unmarked car, neighbors notice these things. They'll put 2 and 2 together, not to mention that his wife and his children have to deal with the police showing up because he sent 2 innocuous emails. And again, I have them start to finish. I could not construe a single threat in any of it. Now, to be fair, Detective Ziegler came out. Enoch said he was very kind, and the investigation was closed the next day.
Yeah.
But really, this is where we're going to go. So now, of course, I'm involved. So now Mr. Lopez sends an email to Township Poor Ken, I feel for Ken, to poor Township Supervisor Ken Brutally saying, I'm out to get him too. Because, Mark, that's what I do. You better be careful, sir. Because when politicians, elected officials specifically, disappoint me, particularly, apparently, township trustees, I bump them off. And I haven't been caught yet.
Yeah, good job.
So at least, yeah, thank you. That's according to Mr. Lopez.
Ding, ding, ding.
So that kind of, yes, sir.
I don't have the soundbite yet, so I have to make the noise physically.
Actually, that worked better. That caught me right away.
So I just, before you go any further, maybe you were going to say this, but what was it? I mean, I think I probably know that Enoch said to Alex that Alex perceived as a possible
sorry. Good point.
Yeah.
I would have preferred a more detailed answer, but I look forward to seeing you at the next township meeting.
I look forward to seeing you at the next township meeting, which is what Alex was like, whoa, I don't know about that.
Which is absurd.
Yeah. Enoch does go to these township meetings from time to time.
He does. He goes to all sorts of meetings.
Yeah.
He's somewhat involved.
Right.
Like I said, I'm more fearful of Leah Unzer than I am of Enoch Essendrop. I hope Leah's listening.
Yeah, I am too.
Actually, I'm more afraid of her than you or Jeff.
Right.
So she's got a mean right hook. So the Chief Anna Lally and I have a deal. When the police do something that I perceive as a problem, I'm supposed to call her, which I did. And the chief encouraged me to file a FOIA request about all this. And that is not at all unusual, Mark. People, police departments don't want to feel like want people to feel like they're playing favorites. So let's level the playing field. Everybody issue a FOIA. Everybody get the same stuff. And typically when a police officer says that, you're going to get some information you didn't have before. But no. This time I got a FOIA that was 80% redacted, despite the fact that I knew everybody involved and I already had all the emails, including the township ones.
Wonder why it was so redacted.
Now that didn't. Well, oh crap! I can remember his first name, Chris. The new Elgin Corporation Counsel, Bill Kigley, retired a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
And I had a discussion about answering FOIAs appropriately, and we have a detente, which is kind of what I hoped would happen here. But it didn't. So Mr. Lopez's next step after all this, I haven't even gotten to the column yet, is to email an Elgin police commander saying I'm now threatening Detective Ziegler. And, he once again used the, in this day and age of mass shootings and post-COVID, yes, so apparently I have it in for township trustees and Elgin police detectives. And the latter isn't a really good idea, by the way. No. I have no intention of going after a police officer anywhere for any reason other than in print. So, as far as Alex Lopez goes, we have to define a new word. We have to have a listener come up with a word that's snowflakier than snowflake. When I presented this whole silly scenario to that famous philosopher, Dave Captain, he made the entire column with his quote, "If Mr. Lopez read my emails, he'd have a nervous breakdown."
I imagine.
Because, can you imagine what Dave gets from unhappy residents?
Yeah. Oh yeah, and I was talking to another one of our trustees, the one that you were having an issue with last week, Eric Stair.
Right.
And
that wasn't personal. But go ahead.
Yeah, we had about a 30-minute phone conversation last week, and even Eric mentioned to me, because of the way he views certain things very strongly, that he gets some pretty rough emails from time to time. So that's just kind of par for the course. Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
If you don't want those kind of, I haven't gotten a death threat in 5 or 6 years, if that makes a difference. If you don't want those kinds of pushback, don't run. It's easy.
Right.
Don't be a public official. Problem solved. So here's what then Chief Lally and I had a second conversation about why would you ask me to make a FOIA request, waste my time. The city of Elgin did not answer it adequately. They did not answer it correctly at all. I still don't know if I'm getting more. Well, we won't get into the whole 5-day extension because I don't want to be cut off. But that conversation, the chief just kept going at me. The conversation was descending, and I just decided to end it, and that's where we've left off. But you know what really happened here, Mark?
What?
Lopez doesn't like Enoch, and there's a lot of people who don't.
Right.
And when and Lopez, I understand he thinks he's the smartest person in the room, which this story proves clearly isn't true. He's no threat to Mensa, and so he thought he'd teach Enoch a lesson for disagreeing with him or challenging him by going to the police, and he thought he'd get a better response from the police because he was a township trustee. And so he said, I'm feeling threatened. He never thought anybody would intervene. He never thought Essendrop would send me the emails. Excuse me. And now he's kind of stuck with this everybody's out to get me bit. He weaponized the police. The Elgin police, I understand you feel like you have to go out there. But can you imagine if the Elgin Police Department or any department responded to every single issue like this? every single random caller. In the Unabomber investigation, they had to go through about 6,000 people, as one of the agents put it, most of whom wanted to get back at their ex-husbands. It gets a little nutty.
Yeah.
And, considering Mr. Lopez's, so why would you, another thing is, don't ask a journalist to file a FOIA request and give him less than he already has. That only aggravates him. Again, letting the secondary issue become the primary issue. So, I fervently think Mr. Lopez, given his disregard for his constituents and his abysmally dumb canned email response, his capacity to weaponize the police and his inability to take any pressure whatsoever, he really needs to step down and let someone else do the job who can do it. And by the way, I want to be clear, and I'm not pandering to you because, I don't pander to anyone, but I think this iteration of the township is doing a great job. And particularly compared to the last group. I am not putting this at the feet of the township. This is one individual who responded very poorly to a silly situation. All right, moving on because we have to.
Okay, yeah.
Today's column, which isn't quite up yet, is a bit of a quick hit. The first story is Kane County Republicans strike again, Mark. And what did they do this time? They decided it would be a great idea to gather at the Batavia Randall Road Chick-fil-A because apparently, staging your protest at a bad anti-gay fast food joint lends you credence, and protest the fact that they were convinced the imminent possibility that Kane County was going to become a sanctuary county. There's a bit of a problem with that, sir.
Yeah.
Back in 1917, we weren't alive then. Back in 2017, back in 2017,
yes,
Governor Rauner, a Republican governor, signed the Trust Act into law. The Illinois Trust Act made every part of Illinois, including Kane County, including every county, a sanctuary county, meaning law enforcement could not ask questions or detain anyone solely on the basis of their immigration status. So these, I'm sure they're from Campton Hills, something in the water. So these Kane County Republicans were only about, 7 years too late. And, this kind of stupidity, and it is stupidity, right before an election is not going to help Republican candidates. I know it's spitting into the wind, but I'd ask Andrew Lorario and his ilk that they might want to consider Mark Twain's advice to refrain from opening your mouth and removing all doubt. No, we are a sanctuary county. No county board can undo that.
Okay.
Can't. So there we go. That protest was pointless. They also co-opted a county board meeting when all they had to do was look at the agenda. You can't just surprise people. The Open Meetings Act looks very dimly on calling for a vote on something that isn't on the agenda 48 hours before the meeting. Oh, God. Truth really is stranger than fiction. Now, to kind of flip it and take on progressives, they're all shrieking and howling about the Supreme Court's ruling that individual states cannot remove Donald Trump from the ballot. And while they certainly dodged the core question, did the former president commit insurrection? Yes, he did, by the way, and he will be convicted. That's my opinion.
Yeah.
They circumvented that question, but that's because you can't get here from there. Now imagine if every state, at their whim and caprice, could remove a federal candidate from the ballot. And you might go, but Jeff, that would never happen. Nobody would be silly enough to do that. Au contraire, my friend Marky B. Because the great state of Wisconsin, where good sense goes to die, Illinois, where bad ideas go to flourish, Wisconsin, where good sense goes to die, Indiana, nobody wants to go there. We won't even talk about Iowa.
Jeez.
Sorry, I lost my...
You should move.
The bottom line is... I know. A lot of people would like that, too. They might even pay for it.
Yeah, probably so, yeah. Get out the checkbook, Andro. Get out the checkbook.
Well, hold on. I kind of lost my plate. Oh, let me get back. The thing is, they tried the conservative, supermajority Wisconsin legislature tried to move a Democratic Supreme Court justice, newly elected, because they didn't like her politics. Well, they considered it. Tried is a bit too... They were seriously considering it. And finally, I think one of them said, look, if we do this and the Democrats take over, they'll do the same thing, and they didn't do it. But no, individual states can't remove federal candidates from the ballot. That is the purview of Congress. The Supreme Court skirted the question about what Congress could do, but the bottom line is, as far as insurrection goes, we're going to have to wait till Trump's fall trial. All right, now on to my favorite. Yeah, so liberals are just as insane. The crap on CNN, and the CNN isn't as liberal as people say, that just happened to be there, of how the Supreme Court subverted the will of the people. Mark, it was a unanimous ruling, 9-0.
Yeah.
When was the last time the Supreme Court ruled unanimously?
Don't know.
And, it was a good answer. They did the right thing. And I'm liberal, and my liberal and progressive compatriots are losing their manure over this. They need to get a grip. All right, and the last story, this is my favorite one. Very local. This is a man after my own heart. And if you live in East Dundee or are aware of it, you might actually think the John Mellencamp song goes, "Little Crap Houses for You and Me." Which is, by the way, the very first song I learned to play on guitar.
I sing it well.
All right. Well, yeah. I mean, why little crap houses instead of little pink houses? I'll tell you.
Okay.
Having clearly graduated magna cum laude from the Jeff Ward School of Winning Friends and Influencing People, I do have a school.
Really?
Not really.
Got any students?
Larry would refer to our ranch in Montana. Crystal Lake developer Joseph Biletary of Biletary Enterprises applied a rather strange charm offensive at the February 19 East Dundee Village Board meeting. You see, Mark, he was trying to win a zoning change to build a 12 and 8 unit 2 apartment buildings on land formerly occupied by an East Dundee pumping station.
Okay.
And as is always the case when you try to insert multifamily housing into a single-family housing neighborhood, there's consternation and contention.
Yes.
And that's exactly what happened here. But instead of kind of being prepared for it, and kind of understanding this was going to happen and dealing with the pushback and addressing it reasonably, Mr. Biletary had another idea.
Okay.
He planned on convincing the neighbors that this development would actually increase their property values.
Really?
So did he provide a PowerPoint demonstration supporting his theory? No. Did he present a statistical analysis proving he was on sound economic ground? Did he assure the village board that he would adequately address any of the neighbors' concerns before a shovel hit the dirt? No, he did not. He decided to take another tack entirely.
Okay.
One I might have taken.
Okay.
He argued that given the poor condition of some of the nearby homes, his project could only improve the fading curb appeal, specifically declaring, quote, that neighborhood in particular has some really beautiful homes, and there's some really crappy ones, too. Now, I can't understand why the residents in attendance took offense at that, but they did.
Especially the ones in the crappy houses.
Yeah, the crappy. I don't know if he listed which ones, but I wouldn't put it past him. But you'd think when that fascinating declaration set off the crowd even more, you might want to take a flyer, take a clue, take a hint, and shut up. No. Not Mr. Biletary. He compounded. He doubled down when the rabble challenged him on, the taxes they pay. Mr. Biletary proclaimed that he paid more taxes than all of them combined. That's the point at which the meeting got so out of hand that one trustee chided both sides for letting the gathering become toxic. Then they tabled the discussion, and I believe it's supposed to come up in March if it hasn't come up already. Again.
Okay.
But either way, first of all, you can't make this stuff up. Okay, that's number one. I try, but you can't. But number two, even when this comes back for further discussion, somehow I don't think Mr. Military is going to get the gig.
Yeah.
On the bright side, though, I'm thinking East Dundee could sell tickets to his future appearances at board meetings. And maybe that would help close whatever deficit they might have.
Right.
But I don't know, Mark. My theory is if you want to convince the neighbors to embrace an apartment project, calling their homes crappy probably isn't the best way to do it. I don't know.
If you had nice homes...
Maybe it's just me.
Yeah. If you guys had nice homes around here, my apartment complex would bring the value of the neighborhood down. But your houses are crappy, so I'm going to make this neighborhood better.
And I pay more taxes than all of you combined? Yeah.
Yeah.
In other words, it's kind of like what Dave Chappelle played Rick James on the Chappelle Show. I'm rich, blank. B word. Yeah. That's essentially what we're saying. So there we go. We have a township trustee who gives paranoia and snowflakiness a new name. We have Kane County Republicans protesting a move last weekend that occurred in 2017. We have the Supreme Court making a good decision for once, but now liberals and progressives are up in arms. And we have a Crystal Lake developer who's a man after my own heart. There we go. By 8:59, no less.
Perfect. Thanks, Jeff. Nice report. I look forward to talking to you again next week.
Me too, Mark.
All right.
Have fun.
Take care. Jeff Warren, thefirstword.net is where you can read his stuff. I like the quick hits. Covers lots of things in the same report. Us attention deficit disorder people that can't speak either, we really like to quit hit. Jeez, I'm glad the show's over with. I can't speak at all, can I? I can speak enough to say that coming up next is the Brian Kilmeade Show. I will be doing some local hosting, so stay tuned for a little local news, weather update, things of that nature. Radio shopping show update about 9:30. Keep it right here on WRMN on a Thursday. Talk to you tomorrow morning. Hold on, I'm looking for the news here. I messed up. I hate it when that happens. It is 9 o'clock here at WRMN. As soon as I find what I'm looking for here, we'll start listening to the news. And then Brian Kilmeade will come your way in about 5 minutes. This should do it. Let's see.
With your AM 1410 WRMN Newsflash, I'm Sean Kernan. Brought to you by Linzess. The City of Elgin thanking volunteers and city crews that turned out for Elgin's right-of-way cleanup initiative, which began this week. Annual initiative led by the Land Division Management Division and is part of the city's spring cleaning efforts. In Kane County, school enrollment may be going down, but far from that trend, the count of homeless students has stayed steady. This year alone, 2,600 students registered as homeless, with the Elgin School District U46 witnessing the most enrollments. Under the McKinney-Vento Homeless Assistance Act, these students are guaranteed support to help them access education. The Elgin City Council met last night with the Committee of the Whole and the City Council agendas, both on the social media pages for the City of Elgin. Meanwhile, if you missed last night's meeting, you can still watch it. It's on the City of Elgin YouTube channel, youtube.com/City of Elgin. With your AM 1410 WR